Okay, we should be live, according to all my instruments. I'm still getting used to the going live on YouTube thing, so you'll have to forgive me if I'm a little bit flummoxed and confused at times. At times? All the times. Let me see. I'm live here. This is me? Yes. Alright, sweet. That looks right. Make sure people know that I'm live. And I'm not looking at the chat yet. I do apologize. Hey, we've got a few people in chat. Hello. Appreciate the confirmation there, Etron Gaming or Etron Gaming. What's up? Yo, yo. Jova, look at you in the chat. What are you doing? I am not winning, son, Mr. Thwor. Mr. Thwor. My favorite character from the Marvel Swinematic Swooniverse. The Swooniverse. It's just a series of very dreamy cinematic characters. Hello, everyone. Welcome. By the mighty Maui wig of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, we are live. Welcome. It's good to see you. I'm doing okay today, Elf38565. I'm going to keep an eye on the chat as best I can, but you'll have to forgive me if I'm not 100% on top of how many people are sending things. And one sec here. Kyber dragongasmed. Dragongasmed! That's good. JSay4331. The house isn't confirmed secured, but it's as close as we're going to be able to. We haven't actually been able to make the payment yet. It's going to happen in the middle of next month. Obviously, you guys have raised so much, and I do want to say thank you so much. I do want to keep saying repeatedly, thank you, dear Egyptian god. Thank you so much. I really, truly do feel blessed, and I don't know how to process it. I don't know how to say thank you enough, so I'm just going to keep saying it. Thank you. You guys went above and beyond in supporting me and my partner, and honestly, our roommate. Everybody really needed help, and you guys were here, and I don't know how to. I am aware of that Ash fun. It's pretty wild. But we are going to keep on going with the streams. I don't want to not stream just because we have achieved beyond whatever goal I thought possible. Oh, you know what? I need to update my. Oh, I didn't post this. I have to post that we're live, otherwise people won't know that we're live. That's silly of me. That's my bad. All right. Thank you so much, all of you. I know it probably seems like I haven't really acknowledged enough the amount and the true gift that you guys have given just by supporting us to the extent that you have, and not just in this instance, not just in the instance where we were in trouble, but throughout the years, throughout the 2 decades leading up to this year, which will be... Oh, hey, Chester. Hey, Chester, how's it going? Thanks for the super chat there, man. I appreciate it. You spent your super chat on Joey Wheeler, the best character. So I have to say, hi, Chester. There you go. Hope that was worth it. Man, Kyber's going to be jealous that I was the first person to get a super chat. Yeah, that's right, man. Thank you so much, Chester. I do appreciate it. Yes, I turned on the super chats because enough people were asking for them last time. So I wanted to make sure that we got that sorted. So thank you for that. Oh, JSay, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. You're very kind. And I am very similar to Charlie Brown in that I am bald and I'm often missing footballs when they're placed in front of me. I'm often falling down like a pillock. I do appreciate that. Thank you. You're very kind. Thank you to all of you, though. Seriously, thank you to all of you who've been here. Kia, did you sort out the thing with the bank? Oh, no, that's still ongoing. Like I just said a minute ago, it's not been completely dealt with. We have to, unfortunately, wait for PayPal to process all of the donations you guys have given. So we don't actually have direct access to the money yet, but once we have access, we will absolutely be securing all of that and paying off the debt that we owe, and also putting, and I want to be clear about this, all of the money that you guys have given, it will be put into the house. There's maybe a tiny percentage that will be used elsewhere just because we have other debts and other things we need to take care of, but maintenance on the house and the mortgage are going to be what this money is used for, so thank you so much. We got a few super chats here. Hang on one sec. Printor. The Curry Goat streams. Thank you for being such a positive energy in the world and for making me laugh. Long time. Dragons are the best. I do agree. Kyber would agree. That little kid from a few episodes back would agree, and I've forgotten his name. The Dragon Kid. Oh, Anthony Belfini, thank you for the $50 super chat. You're very kind. Martin, I hope your greatness shines for more years to come. I will do my best to be a blue eyes shining dragon of greatness for you, Anthony. I don't know if I'll pull it off. I don't have quite the attack points for it, but I do appreciate it. And Vernon, bro, you didn't ask for anything for 20 years of entertaining us. It's the least we could do. You're very kind. Thank you for the $5 super chat. And Uncle Dunk, thank you for the £5 super chat. There's a $5 so I can feel validated. You know, Uncle Dunk, I do miss England. I used to live there. Obviously, you can probably tell from my voice a little bit from my accent. But thank you for the $5. It's been a while since I've heard someone refer to it as a $5, so. And Barcode, thank you for the $5 super chat. Can you have a conversation between Frieza and Kyber? Oh. You filthy monkey. You can dress yourself up as smart as you like. You can accrue as much wealth as you like, but you'll still be a very, very filthy monkey as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, well, I'm a rich monkey, which puts me at least one step above Wheeler, which is all that matters. I don't know this Wheeler, but it sounds pathetic. Yeah, you got that right. High five, Frieza. Yes, high five, filthy monkey. A filthy high five for you. And Duel, you say, thank you for the $2 super chat. I'm doing my best to keep up with these super chats. You'll have to forgive me. I've not had them on, I've not been streaming on YouTube for a while, and I just turned them on, so this is my first time experiencing them. Thank you for everything you did. Duel, you say you're very kind. And Valkrisa, or Val, thank you for the $20 super chat. Love everything you do. You brought me in the community so many laughs over the years. Well, thank you for laughing. Sincerely, the laughter means the world to me. It's why I do it. Hey, Ash, good to see you in the chat. I'm sorry if I missed you. I've been reading the super chats. Ash Fon Faber Plays, thank you for the $10 super chat. I met you in 2014 at the Time Convention in Connecticut. At the time, I was going through a lot of grief mourning my mother in college. You got me through that, and thank you for the $10 super chat. And I'm so sorry you were going through that. I'm very happy that I got to meet you. I think you're talking about Kineticon, I imagine. I had a very good time there. All the fans in attendance, all the attendees were really kind. I think I was going through a bit of a rough time in that weekend. It was about a year off when I would be hospitalized for a long time, long enough for me, like a month at a time. It felt like. But I was going through health and, physical health and mental health problems, and thank you for being there for me throughout that. Not just at the convention, but everything. Being a viewer and just being yourself. Thank you for that. And I'm doing my best to keep up with these super chats. You'll have to forgive me. Thank you for that. I Talk Stuff, thank you for the €5 super chat. Blah, 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 card games, blah, blah. Blah, blah, life points, blah. Egyptian god cards, blah. It's been a while since I've seen the episodes. You'll have to forgive me for not recalling the exact exchange and how it plays out. But essentially, blah, blah, card games, blah. Blah, blah, link summoning, blah. Blah, blah, what's that, blah? Zuzu, oh gosh. So many super chats. You'll have to forgive me. I really, sincerely, I'm going to do my best to get through these. Zuzu Bab, thank you for the £2 super chat. Can't afford much. Hey, honestly, that's a great deal. Thank you so much. If I want to help out, love you. Thank you, Zuzu. Thank you, ZZB, for your £2 super chat. You're very kind. That, honestly, any amount is an enormous gift. Seriously. Parzafal, thank you for the 10 quid super chat. Okay, you have to now do Kyber being jealous of Joey getting the first super chat. Man, I wanted the first super chat. I wanted somebody to drop, like, $5 on me at least and say, Kyber, you're the best. I don't even want to request anything. I just want to tell you that you're great. But unfortunately, it all goes to Joey Wheeler, and now his ego is comparable to mine. That's not okay. I'm so jealous. I am a jealous Seto Kyber. And Jova, thank you for the $5 super chat. Love you, Martin. I'm super proud of what you've done all these years. Jova, you're one of my oldest friends, and I'm really happy to see you. Every time I see you in the chat, it's a bright part of my day. And thank you so much for the super chat. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to just read the super chats, but I think I have to catch up. Maybe I should... I don't know how other YouTubers do this, but maybe I should dedicate like every half an hour to reading super chats or something. GM Tatum, thank you for the $20 super chat. You crawled so others could run. Your impact cannot be understated. I feel like I'm crawling. I'm at that age. You know, you go from being a baby where you're crawling, and then you grow up and you stand on two legs, and then you get old enough you have to crawl again. And I have to walk around with a walking stick, so without that I probably would be crawling. I'm very grateful to be sort of the progenitor of a bunch of very talented people that came after me. I'm very impressed and very proud of folks like Team 4 Star, Something Witty Entertainment, you know, the Schmuck Squad, who are now known as Anime Altered, or Altered Anime, sorry. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat, though. It's my place in all of this. I'm always going to be very grateful to have been even a small part of it. Gosh, Adam Lombardo, thank you for the $50.69 super chat. Nice. Your video saved my life when I was younger and gave me an amazing life today. I was in a horrible situation, but was always able to turn on your channel and start laughing. And today I left investment banking to sell Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh! And make more doing it. Adam, that is incredible. What a story. That's incredible. I'm so that you do have an amazing life. I'm really glad you see it that way, and I'm really grateful to have been any kind of impact and influence on that. That's really something else. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, and thank you so much for the super chat, Adam. Sincerely. Gosh. What a story. Seriously. Sith Kate, thank you for the $5 New Zealand dollar super chat. Could you wish my wife Amy a happy recovery with her broken ankle? And I know it would cheer her up. Could you do it as Yami? You're the best. Well, Amy, it's always the worst when you have an injury like that. But the only thing I would say is count your blessings that it's an injury that won't prevent you from playing children's card games. Having said that, I do wish you well. I do hope you recover soon. I don't want to think about you being in pain. I hope that you can get through that toot sweet, and that you feel much better when you're defeating your opponents in card games. That's my only frame of reference. Thank you so much, Sith Kate and Amy. Best of luck on your recovery. Viara, thank you for the $50 super chat, the $49.99 super chat. Hello, when I was laid off last year and going through my own worries, YGO Abridged was a wonderful light for me, and I would like to thank you so much. I hope you hit all goals and have a wonderful year going forward. Yeah, no, Viara, thank you so much. I'm sorry to hear that you were laid off. I'm very grateful, and I'm always grateful when people share these stories that I, in bad times, have provided some kind of respite or laughter or, you know, some sort of positive feeling to counteract all of that. And I know getting laid off, that is crushing, and that is something that you feel like you can't recover from. Like, you know, it's as bad as anything. I'm just really grateful to see you here, and thank you so much for your generosity. Sincerely, I really do appreciate it, and I'm really happy to see you in the chat. And I hope you have a wonderful year. I'm having a much, you know, the generosity and the gratitude I feel from you guys is on another level that I've never felt, honestly, in my entire life. So I want you to know that you've all contributed to me not just having a wonderful year, and I know it's a difficult year for all of us despite everything, but you've contributed to me having a wonderful life as well, and I want you to know that. I really do. Thank you. And I hope that the same can be said for you, Viara. I hope that you have a wonderful year and a wonderful life. Seriously. Lord of Space Ducks, thank you for the $10 super chat. The Space Duck is donating money? What the heck? What is this reverse psychology? Cannot watch the whole stream, but thank you for years of laughs. I wish you the best. Lots of love. Card games are motorcycles, etc. Thank you so much, Lord of Space Ducks. The Space Duck is giving. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. There's so many super chats. I will get to the game. Let me read a few more super chats here. Gosh, there's more than I realized. Let me read I'm going to read 5 or 6 more super chats, and then I'll start the game, and I will do my best to keep up with everything. You'll have to forgive me, seriously. You seriously will have to forgive me for all of this. David315842, thank you for the £10 super chat. Thanks for entertaining us all these years, LittleKuriboh. You've done a terrific job, and for helping me to expand my voice talent. Some of that was in imitating you. My apologies in advance. Hey, if anyone should be apologizing, it's me, because have you heard some of my terrible impressions? It's a good thing you're imitating me and not the people that I'm imitating, because I'm way off the mark half the time. People are like, you do such a good job of doing impressions, and I'm always like, do I? I think they're exaggerations more than they're impressions. But you're very kind, and I hope that I'm really grateful to have been part of helping you expand your vocal repertoire, David. Best of luck in the future with using your voice for good. I do appreciate it. That one guy, thank you for this. I'm not sure what currency that is, so you'll have to forgive me. Thank you for the super chat. Can't give a lot right now, but wanted to show love. Well, I appreciate the love. Thank you, that one guy. Ash Von Faber plays, I was the Pain cosplayer for Final Fantasy X-2. Cosplay was mostly duct tape. I got a photo and you were so sweet. I think I recall this because I freaking love Final Fantasy X-2. That's one of my fave Final Fantasies, and a lot of people are going to be judging me today for saying that. I love dressing them up. I'm sorry. Anthony, thank you for the $2 super chat. Have you ever been to Egypt? It's certainly something I would love to do one day, if only because it will bring me closer to the characters a little bit. But no, I've never been. I know people who've been, and I'd love to go one day, but unfortunately, no, Egypt has eluded me. Maybe I could go and film like a scene for the final episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! In Egypt. We could go on location. Chronicler, thank you for the $5 super chat. Love you, LittleKuriboh. Been such a great inspiration. Well, thank you, Chronicler. Thank you for inspiring me. It's a two-way street. Don't forget. It is absolutely a two-way street. The love goes both ways, and the inspiration is felt on both ends. Thank you for that. A lot of streamers use TTS for donations. Yeah, but I feel like I would get flummoxed. It would just be constant. I wouldn't be able to respond to it in time, but that's a good idea. I will read a few more and then we'll get into the game, okay? Bulky McBulkerson, what a name. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey LK, I lost my shit when I heard you as the village elder in the Tales game. Happy to donate and help out. That was a long time ago I recorded that. And it was actually a really stressful recording session. It was one of the most stressful recording sessions I've ever had as a professional voice actor. I don't do that so much these days. I've kind of removed myself from the professional voice acting realm. But back then, that was... I came home and I was like sweating buckets because I was like, that was really intense. And it wasn't from any of the performance. It was from the fact that the director really didn't like the fact that I was English and wanted to get me to do a proper American accent, which I tried. And I thought I did okay, but I didn't, apparently. They had to call the people in charge of the game, the client, and be like, is it okay that he just does an English accent? And I was like, oh, I feel bad. I'm causing trouble. I've never caused that much of a problem before. At least in professional settings. Plenty of trouble elsewhere. Dubstepper, thank you for the $10 donation, the super chat. Hi Martin, I hope you have a great day. Wish I could stay longer, but I'm at work. YGO Abridged is the reason I became close to one of my best friends, so from both of us, thank you. That is the best. My favorite thing is to hear when people have made friends from watching the show, so thank you so much, Dubstepper. Here come the Dubstepper. I Talk Stuff, thank you for the €5 super chat. Can you do Pegasus thinking about adding Greek gods to Duel monsters? Also, my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh anime is Zexal. Why? Because it's extreme! Gosh, I actually don't know that much about Greek gods, but I'll do my best. We've had the Egyptian gods, and we've had the other gods from the other spin-offs. I don't remember. There's the Aztec gods and the various different godlike monsters, but we've not really covered the Greek gods. It would be fun to have Aphrodite be an extremely powerful monster. I could pilfer from the God of War franchise. They seem to be doing very well. The Egyptian God of War franchise. No, I'm sorry, I'm doing a terrible job. I could do better than that. Thank you for the €5 super chat, though. I swear I'll try again if I can think of something. Duel, you say thank you for the $2 super chat. Will you ever play Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection? Absolutely, I would love to play that on stream. I've actually played it elsewhere on Twitch, but I'd love to bring it onto the YouTube. And Bears2417, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thanks for the years of laughs. Hope this helps. It absolutely does. Thank you, Bears. I apologize that I'm spending so much time reading these super chats. There's been so many since I've been reading them. I'm gonna start the game though, and I will continue reading these super chats as we're going. But I just want to make sure you guys don't think that I've forgotten that there's a game here. It's easy to forget when you're locked in like that. Wheels7777, thank you for the $10 super chat. Thank you, Martin, for all the joy you have brought me all these years. I'm happy to support you and give back. I will continue to follow your content. So much love, bud. Well, Wheels, thank you. And I hope that your wheels keep on spinning for many years to come. We got up to the Evil Spirit of the Ring, I think is the next one. Viara, thank you so much. Again, I do want to mention, thank you so much for that. You have a better job than before today. I'm glad to hear it. Chelsea, hey, thank you for the $5 super chat. I think I recognize your name. You're an older fan since around 2010 and became an animator because of you. What? Been in LA 10 years. The media industry is tough, but we're tougher. Heck yeah, Chelsea. I love to hear it. That's wonderful. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, and I really love hearing that. Seriously. And Mongrel Linian Bus. I don't know how to say your name. I do apologize. Mongrel, thank you for the €20 super chat. Ooh, Yugi, you must summon the Celtic Guardian, the fate of the world. Oh, I see what you're doing. You're doing magic. You'll have to forgive me. I see the word ooh. I assume it's Pegasus.
Oh, Yugi, you must summon the Celtic Guardian. The fate of the world depends on it. Thank you for your super chat, Super Steve. I assume that's your name.
Thank you, Mongrel, for the €20 super chat. You're very kind. And Shaw497, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Hope to see you do dubs again. Was cool to hear you in Hunter x Hunter. I mean, never say never. It's not something I'm really inclined to do right now, just because I had a really bad experience in the whole professional voiceover realm. But you know, the crazier things have happened. Thank you for that. Cookie and Edgar, thank you for the £5 super chat. Thank you for being one of many good constants in our lives and your kindness at conventions. I'm grateful to have humor like yours to keep up the light. Cookie and Edgar, you're very kind. Thank you. I'm grateful to be considered that, and I'm grateful that you not only enjoy the humor but share in that humor, and thank you for that. You keep that light shining. I believe in you. Draw credit cardo. You're very kind, everybody. I'm going to read one more, and then we're going to jump into one of these duels. There's so many people giving super chats. You'll have to forgive me. You'll have to forgive me. I will get to you. I will get to you. Jacato, thank you for the $10 super chat. It's great to see you in the chat. Mentioned this before, but if it wasn't for YGO Abridged inspiring me to attempt abridging back in the day, I don't know what I'd be doing, since it legit segued into all the other internet stuff I do. I'm really proud of you, Jacato. Seriously. Many people have jumped into the abridged thing and managed to use it as a springboard onto other creative endeavors, and I'm always very impressed by it, because I'm struggling to do that myself. But thank you for sharing, and thank you for being you, and for everything that you put out there. Thank you for that. I'll do a couple more just because I see them. Mr. J. Wheezy64, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey, LK, thanks for everything you've done over the years and everything you've inspired. Do you think we'll ever get to see Naruto go Ghost? I really want to see Naruto go Ghost. I do mean that. Sincerely, I would love to continue the Naruto spoof. In fact, Marin, my partner, said to me the other day, what do you think you'll do after Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged is done? And I was just like, Naruto? Because, you know, it's there, and there's plenty of content, and I enjoy making the Naruto spoof. It's one of the dumbest things I've ever done, and also one of the best things I've ever done. And thank you for the $5 super chat, Mr. J. And Toldoris, thank you for the €10 super chat. Thank you for entertaining me all these years with your work. Greetings from Europe. Greetings over in Europe. It's good to see you. Thank you, Toldoris, for the super chat. All right. Let's jump into Evil Spirit of the Ring, and then I will continue reading super chats as we go. I'll do my best.
Later that night, the team settled down for dinner when they were visited by their high school friend, Bakura. And the word friend is doing a lot of heavy lifting. As they chatted around the campfire, the conversation soon turned to dueling.
I don't remember a massive mountain being on Duelist Kingdom. Is that a thing? How come none of the duels took place on that mountain? It's a waste. I guess the Duelist Kingdom castle is probably on that mountain somewhere, right?
Let's have a duel right now. Not for starships, but just for a little fun. Evil fun. I mean, good-natured fun. It'll be fine. Nothing untoward. I'm down with that. After all this Starship stuff, it would be nice to have a duel with no strings attached. Yes, no strings. Maybe some garrote wire, but no strings. I agree. I think just a regular old duel sounds like a great idea. Before we get started, there's a little something I'd like to share with you. And especially with you, Yugi. No, it can't be a Millennium item. That's a bad thing, even though half the people who have them are perfectly okay.
Yes, and the magic of my Millennium Ring will take us to the Shadow Realm. Yeah, I'm crazy. Look at this face. Wah!
Why are you doing this, Bakura? Why are you doing anything, Bakura?
You have something I want, and I aim to take it. Bakura, possessed by some unknown spirit, used the power of his Millennium Ring to lock away his friends' souls. Their souls have been locked away, like the guy said, and now, after waiting for countless centuries, the legendary Millennium Puzzle is mine.
How many centuries?
Countless of them. I can't count them. Just as Bakura tried to grab the Millennium Puzzle, it started to glow. The spirit within the puzzle awoke, manifesting himself in Yugi. You heard me, the spirit of the puzzle is woke. No, it can't be. He's woke. You want my Millennium Puzzle? Then you're gonna have to duel me for it. You wanna be my lover? You gotta get with my friends. But if I win, that was very Pegasus of me. But if I win, you'll release my friends and send us all back. Haha, I agree to your ridiculous terms, Yugi. But I promise you, there is more at stake here than you can comprehend. Oh shit, I pressed the wrong button. Then you can comprehend, and this is one shadow game that you cannot win. Unless you have a bunch of friends inside your deck that are dressed as the characters, dressed as the monsters, then I'm in trouble.
Appreciate it, Carmen A. New 9867. All right, I'm going to read a few more super chats. I'm going to see if I can figure this out. You'll have to forgive me. I don't want to miss them. I don't want to miss a thing, as they say. I want to read a couple more here. All right, here we go. Probably Sane 4076. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Hope it helps, LittleKuriboh. We'll fix the problem by throwing lots of money around. Duel insurance, because nothing heals pain quite like money.
That's right. You heard the man. You heard them.
Thank you, Probably Sane, for the $5 super chat. Very sane of you to say this. And Shewa, you'll have to forgive me for not knowing how to say your name. Thank you for the €10 super chat. It was thanks to you that I learned to speak English, and I want to thank you for all those years of incredible entertainment. I am so grateful to hear that people have learned the language from watching my videos. There must just be so many card game phrases that you know thanks to me. You know me. I'm always saying the card game words. Thank you so much for the super chat. And Black Chameleon, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. I don't know how to send my art to you, but it is Kyber with a fish head. I would like Kyber to say,
as if I really look like this.
It's a SpongeBob reference. I hate to tell you guys, I've never seen SpongeBob. It is something that I am remiss on. But I will have to watch it one day so I get all the references that everybody else knows. 51909 Relapse Eminem, thank you for the $10 super chat. Gen Z is canceling Relapse Eminem? Wait. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Relapse? Oh my gosh, JJ Coolbean, thank you for the $100 Canadian super chat. That's incredible, gosh. Your videos made my childhood and I appreciate you a ton. I appreciate you and thank you so much for your incredible generosity. Thank you, JJ. It's JJ style. Cool bean, you are a cool bean. Anthony, thank you for the $2 super chat. Will you be coming to conventions again? I did discuss this on the last stream. Conventions are a little bit more difficult for me these days because I struggle to get around. I have to walk with a stick. And I'm also, as I mentioned in the video I posted about the issues we're having, I'm immunocompromised, so it's just not good for me to be around a large group of people. But you never know. There is one convention called TinyCon that's coming up that invited Marin, and Marin has asked me to come along as well. So I know I'm going to TinyCon in New Jersey later this year, but that's the only one that I'm doing anything at. And CurieCon Beanie, thank you for the 1999 super chat. Hey LK, once I got to chat with you online back in the day and told you about Slifer the executive producer. Much love. Curie, good to see you again.
Thank you for instructing me about Slifer.
And Matthew McBride, thank you for the £2 super chat. How much was Duke Devlin costing me? I assume you mean how much was his theme costing me? But Duke Devlin himself cost me a lot of it cost me all the women in my life because he seduced them. Rose Sass, that's a big name. Thank you for the $5 Rose super chat. When I was a kid, you made a Without Me parody, and I was convinced that was all you, beat and all. You thought that was all me. Well, I guess you know me. Me and Eminem are synonymous. It's hard to say Eminem and synonymous in the same sentence. I actually remember showing that video to my theater group, and they were all very confused and were like, you can't rap, Martin. Why did you do this? Why does this have so many views? And Random Video Game Nerd, thank you for the €5 super chat. As president of Kyber Corp, I declare your debt invalid. Well, thank you, Kyber Corp. And really quickly, thank you to 1995 Anti-Mage for the super chat. Hello, I'm so grateful I found it changed my life and helped me through hard situations. The first episode I saw was 63. I was so confused when I saw it the first time, but I love all eps now. I'm so grateful you are still active. I'm grateful to see you, and thank you so much for your kindness. I do apologize, guys. I don't know how super chats are supposed to work. I don't know if this is how they're supposed to go. I know that's probably frustrating for a lot of you who want to watch me play the game. Carmen Ryder KFP, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey, an English accented American could have still worked. Maybe they just watch a lot of Peppa Pig and picked it up. In the Tales universe, I don't know if we could use the Peppa Pig explanation. I don't know if that would clash with the lore of the world, but... And one more here. Prince Vinny 0073, thank you for the $2 super chat. You bring many laughs over the years. Yu-Gi-Oh! Heck yeah. Alright, let's get into the game. Sith Kate, thank you for the $2 New Zealand super chat. Thank you so much. Made her smile in the hospital. Oh gosh, that's a rough place to be.
I didn't lose. Nobody was watching that.
Nostalgic Nerd 9036, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hello LK, here's a super chat. Can't wait for the next episode. Hopefully you won't have to be waiting too long. I'm already started working on it. My hope is that it will be out either around the actual anniversary, the actual 20th anniversary, or sometime before it. I think it would be really cool if we were able to do like a stream of every episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged and then debut the new episode, the final episode of the Kyber Corp Grand Prix. You're a grand prick. Bakura has summoned Mino Mushi Warrior, which doesn't seem very Bakura-like to me. I don't know about you guys. A rock warrior that wields a heavy blade card from stone. Doesn't seem very Bakura-like to me. Broken VHS, thank you for the £5 super chat. Been here since the beginning. Thanks for the laughs. Really miss We're Still Here. I've actually considered bringing those back as shorts. I think that would be a pretty good way of having We're Still Here be brought back and continue without... I feel like it was a strange thing to have on my main feed, but at the same time, it seemed to help people and encourage them, so it wouldn't be a bad thing to have as a series of shorts, I think. And Parry and Hightower 9277, thank you for the $5 super chat. I'll never forget meeting you at Chili's years ago as the Onceler at Fanime. Still one of the best experiences of my life. Oh, heck yeah. It's been a while since the Onceler's been in my mind. I remember a while there, you couldn't go to a convention without seeing a Onceler cosplayer. We haven't got anything good. Foisty's gonna grab your monster with his claws, then attack again with his poison stinger. None of these are good, really. I guess for now... I'm gonna set the Flame Manipulator. This spellcaster attacks enemies with fire-related... Oh, that's not said in Joey's voice. Every time I click out of the game window, it does this, so you'll have to forgive me. Cami, thank you for the €11.99 super chat. I started watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged 10 years ago at a rough time in my life, and it was one of the only things that made me laugh. Now I am in a lot better place with my career and happy to support you. Thank you, Cami. It's incredibly kind of you, and I'm really glad to hear things turned around for you. We got swords, man. We do not have a great situation here. Give me 1 sec while I look for more super chats, which I don't know if there are any. Oh, here we go. Ooh, thank you for the $5 super chat. It's a huge honor. You really inspired me a lot as a content creator. Thank you a lot, and keep up the awesome work, LittleKuriboh. I will do my best. I will continue doing things that hopefully make you guys chuckle a little bit. That's my goal. We're going to use Swords of Revealing Light, because I feel like that's the only way to do anything here. MXNH9. Oh, no. Well, speaking of not getting anything done... Thank you, MX, for the £2 super chat. Give me a sec while I scroll down. Oh, I think we finally... Oh, no, we've not caught up. I thought I'd caught up on super chats, but I don't think I did at all. You'll have to forgive me. Have I missed a bunch? Gosh. Nephilim Hunter, thank you for the £10 super chat. It's always amazing how you can do so many unique sounding voices. I honestly, if I were to give any kind of explanation as to how I do them or why I'm able to do them, it's genuinely because I watched too much television when I was younger, and I just wanted to emulate all the voices I would hear. And a lot of them were cartoons. I was a big fan of Beavis and Butthead, as you probably can tell, when I was younger. And Mike Judge was a huge inspiration because he was one guy doing 90% of the voices on his show. And I was like, wow, you can do that? That's the best. I want to be able to do that. All right. But now we're just going to keep going. I'm sorry to so many of you who I haven't been able to read your chats. Wumbo, thank you for the 1999 super chat. Your series is almost as old as me and has given me so many laughs and vocal stims over the years. I'm looking forward to watching new episodes with my kids, because I'm sure it will still be going on. Yes, I will probably still be voicing Yu-Gi-Oh characters when I'm as old as Grandpa. Wow, he took my Skull Stalker, and he summoned Earl of Demise. Not a fan of that. But it's okay. I can discard one card and destroy all face-up monsters my opponent controls, and I think it's worth it. It sucks that I lost my Monster Reborn, but it's not the end of the world, because we can just get rid of Flame Manipulator here and do that. Oh, we can even grab Monster Reborn if we flip Magician of Faith. Taya's favorite card, apparently. Alright, let's end the turn there. Scooby Moose, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hi there, I just want to let you know that my ex-boyfriend showed me your vids. Relationships can end, but LittleKuriboh is forever. Certainly, yes. I am eternal. Please can I hear Joey talking to Yugi's grandpa? Thank you. Oh, absolutely, Scooby Moose. I like your name. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. He's a good friend of mine, because I am also a anthropomorphic dog sometimes. Hey, Gramps, thanks for training me and teaching me how to be a great duelist. I really appreciate it.
I don't remember who you are.
It's me, Joey, Yugi's best friend.
I thought Taya was Yugi's best friend.
No, it's me. We're like BFFs for life, yo.
No, I'm pretty sure he mentioned that you used to bully him all the time. Is that not what aren't you his bully? Get out of my store.
Gramps, come on, don't you remember I'm your best student? And then he got kicked out of the store. Let's bring out Summoned Skull. I know I probably could have summoned Dark Magician by using Monster Reborn there, but I didn't. Let's see what happens here. Oh, crap. I knew it was going to be Man-Eater Bug. I somehow knew it. Didn't stop me from doing that. And now we can use Monster Reborn to bring back Summoned Skull, which isn't the best version of things, but it's what's happening. Where is he?
Summoned Skull.
I love Summoned Skull. It's a really underrated monster design, I think. Let me read some of these super chats. I do apologize, everybody, if I've not gotten around to your chats. The fourth Sanderson sister, thank you for the $20 super chat. Been watching since I was in high school. Got to meet you at OMG Con several years ago and still have my autographed shirt. Still know the words to your Lady Gaga parodies than the real things. Yeah, honestly, I think I've forgotten a lot of those lyrics. Every time I try and sing Brooklyn Rage, I get about one verse in, and then I'm stumped. I'm always like, I wanna duel them like they do in Yu-Gi-Oh! Face up, face down, trap card, spell card, then time roulette, go. I love it. I've forgotten the words. It's gone. Let's grab the Earl of Demise from Bakora's graveyard. Really make this the shoe on the other foot here. All right, let me read some more of these super chats. Zancro, thank you for the €10 super chat. When I posted your Ko-fi on our Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan Game Discord, you already had 150k, but you deserve every bit of support. You're very kind. I keep trying to tell myself that I deserve it. It's difficult, you know? It's hard to believe. It's all hard to believe right now. But I am enormously grateful, and thank you for sharing it, Zancro, and I'm still flabbergasted. I'm still recovering. I'm still reeling. Jedi Knight. Thank you for the... There was a Jedi. I swear. Jedi Knight, thank you for the $5 super chat. Yeah, Bakora's more of an occult person. Now we have an idea as to how far back these super chats go, because I was talking about him not having rock monsters before. Yeah, he's all about the occult and weird, messed up monsters that are scary. Each time a monster is sent to your opponent's GY, inflict 300 damage to your opponent. I don't think so. I'm gonna summon this, just so I have later the excuse to bring... Oh, no. Well, he's doing a lot of trap damage to me. But it's not enough. Oh. Robin Goblin. That's okay, it's not the... Oh. It could be worse. It could be worse. Let's use the Earl of Demise. Wait, does the... Why can't I attack further? I guess Earl of Demise can't attack? Did I miss something? I'm sure you guys are explaining how I messed that up in the chat and I've just not been able to see it. Anyway, next turn we'll be able to summon Dark Magician, so it doesn't matter. Alright, let me read some more. Lion Lost in Time. I hope that you find your place in time, Lion. Thank you for the €11 super chat. Greetings from the Netherlands. Been a huge fan of your work for years, and I want to thank you for all the great memories and laughs. I still quote your series all the time. Hope life gets better for you. I hope life gets better for all of us. I do sincerely appreciate that, Lion. You ain't lying. You're very kind. Let's use Earl of Demise and this to bring out... Now we have 2 of Yugi's Season 1 trademark cards on the field. Here he is.
Mahad.
Nice. Hang on. Time 2 lakhs. Thank you for the €2 super chat. Wishing you and your family all the best from Germany. Thank you so much. I hope things are going well for you over there, Time. I've been to Germany once. And there's apparently a children's character on TV over there called Burnt Das Brot. There is a burnt loaf of bread, or a burnt piece of toast. And I didn't know who he was. I was watching TV late at night over in Germany. I was like, what is this piece of toast? And I tweeted it. And people on Twitter were like, that's Burnt Das Brot. And I was like, oh, okay. And then the actual official Burnt Das Brot Twitter account tweeted at me being like, please be kind, Mr. Kuriboh, or something like that. Which I thought was very funny. What we got? More super chats here. Magic Spells Galore, thank you for the 1999 super chat. Hey LK, I've always loved your continent. I assume you mean content, but my continent is pretty good. I'm incontinent right now. That doesn't sound right. I shouldn't say that. I'm on the continent right now. My friends and I grew up often quoting YGO Abridged and Frieza from DBZA. Very good, thank you for that. To each other. My favorite bits are when you crank call people as Bakora and Marek. Keep being awesome. I don't do so many crank calls these days, but yes, that was fun at the time.
I'm a big fan of Marek wanting a Kadar.
Andrew Rowland, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. If you did GX Abridged, how would you do Jaden's voice, or would you get someone else to voice Jaden? Honestly, I'd probably do Jaden's voice myself. I hate to say it, and I don't think I'd be very good at it.
But it would be kind of like this. It would just be very upbeat and enthusiastic, like a shonen character. Oh, man.
It wouldn't be a very good Jaden, but it would be my Jaden. Get him. Get that electric lizard. And then take him out. Well, we've got 500 life points left to take down. Okay, here we go. We got more super chats. Thunderio4304, thank you for the $2 super chat. Been watching since episode 1. You're the man, Martin. Thunder, thank you so much for watching for so long. That is a long time. That's since 2006. Oh no. That's not good. Hang on. It's fine. I feel bad using Mirror Force on my trademark card. But there was no other option. You'll have to forgive me while I'm looking for these super chats. I know there's been a few since I did that. Gosh, there's a few. I do apologize. Survivor WF7NW, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. As many have already said, thank you for the laughs and joy over the years. Any chance we'll see a return or one-off of the Mark Remark? I'd love to do another Mark Remark. I'm not going to say 100% yes. It's not going to happen in the near future because I'm very focused on YGO Abridged right now. But Mark Remark, wrestling has always been a love of mine. I do love the pro wrestles. I'm a big fan of that content. I'm a big fan of that art form. Yeah, I would love to do more Mark Remark. We can't fight? What's going on? Why not? Is it something to do with attacking that electric monster? Well, anyway. Tackle Griff, hey, thank you for the $5 super chat. Back in the 2000s, a magazine article suggested Kevin Spacey could play a live-action Maximilian Pegasus. How would Pegasus react to that casting? Ooh, I think it's a bit problematic. But then again, there are many things about Pegasus that are problematic. But maybe we could go with somebody else. Somebody younger, for one, because as you know, Pegasus is in his early 20s, apparently. Kevin Spacey is not that young. Mia Pickle, thank you for the $5 Canadian super chat. Martin, you started the entire abridged parody trend. You deserve more than all the money we're giving you. I don't know if that's true. The part about me deserving it. I think I started the abridged parody trend. And a lot of people, it's been lost to time. I don't know how many of you realize this, but a lot of people do come to me and say, wait, I thought Team 4-Star were the first abridgers. And I'm always like, they were early, yes, but each of the members of Team 4-Star did their own abridged series before they did DBZ Abridged. So, no, even in that case, it's a bit inaccurate. But no, yeah, I was one of the first, if not the first, which is wild.
And Blitz Soda, thank you for the £5 super chat. Can you read this in Manic voice? Thank you for the good times. Love your stuff. Well, I love your stuff, Blitz, and I hope that the good times are not completely overshadowed by the evil times, because there are lots of those happening. And as much as I love evil, I don't love those evil times. Let's get through them together, huh? I'm Manic. Manic Ishtar, out.
And I'll read one more just so I don't forget. Serious McNegative, thank you for the £10 super chat. Grew up watching you. Thank you for all your work. Truly a legend of OG YouTube. You remind us all of better times. Oh my gosh. I am a bit of a... I often like to say when people call me a YouTube legend, I'm like, yeah, I'm more of a myth. Because I'm like Bigfoot. You don't believe I exist and I'm very hairy. And I don't show up very often. And when I do, I'm walking away. Serious McNegative, thank you for the £10 super chat, and I hope to keep reminding you of the better times. And hello there, 3516, thank you for the €50 super chat. You're very kind.
With the destruction of the evil spirit's last card, Bakura was freed from the grip of the evil spirit.
Was he, though? Was he, though? Because I feel like he's still going to be dealing with that. Are you okay, Bakura?
I am now, thanks to you.
I don't think that boy's okay. I think he's still dealing with trauma.
Where'd you get your Millennium Ring? My father picked it up on one of his trips. He told me it's from ancient Egypt. He was shopping in a merchant bazaar when the Millennium Ring caught his eye. And if you've ever seen Dark Side of Dimensions, you'll notice that the origin story of the Millennium Ring falling into my father's hands is entirely different than what I'm describing, but that's because that's in the manga continuity. Anyway, it's pretty messed up if you've seen it. The man who sold the ring to my father said, "Mwahahahahaha, good luck with that." And then he also said it had something to do with duel monsters.
But that never made any sense to me since the card game is new and the ring is clearly ancient.
Clearly ancient. The way it looks like it's brand new, it's shiny. James, thank you for the $5 super chat. Since it always happened when I was in kindergarten, whenever someone summoned him, could you shout out, summon? Oh, summon skull like a sports chant. Oh, like, summon skull, like that. I only know wrestling chants. He's a summon skull. Summon skull. Hey, we want some summon skull. Thank you for that super chat. I do appreciate it. I'm going to read one more before we move on, and mostly so I don't miss them. We got I Talk Stuff. Thank you for the €5 super chat. My favorite Tristan line is, I thought it applied to everyone, from the episode where Kyber rickrolled Joey. And my favorite song is Leather Pants. Oh, heck yeah. I do love the song parodies.
When my father got back, he gave it to me. He said he felt I was destined to have it. I inherited all of my trauma from my father in a more literal sense than most people get it.
Stone Ghost, that's from bloody Forbidden Memories, I remember that.
The Change of Heart, my favorite card.
And the Earl of Demise. I'm a big fan of Toe Jam and Earl of Demise. Alright, we're up against Bloody Panic, everybody's favorite character. 90% of his face is chin. Chelsea, thank you for the $5 super chat again. I do appreciate it. This chat is on behalf of all the fans who can't donate. Chelsea, you're very kind. Also, what's your fave part of the abridging process? Writing, voice acting, editing, etc. Well, I like each step of the process for different reasons, but I think writing is the part I enjoy the most, just because I love having sort of a blank page and getting to fill it. Sometimes it's very stressful. But that can be said of all the different aspects of it. The voice acting could be stressful on my throat. It could be stressful just being in a booth and sweating it out. It's stressful editing because sometimes you find yourself in a situation where you're like, I don't know how to make this work. But the writing, I just enjoy the idea of sort of having carte blanche to write whatever I want and put any words in these characters' mouths. It's always fun to be sort of, not to suggest that I'm writing an actual episode of Yu-Gi-Oh, but I love these characters, I love the story, I love the adventure and the journey that they go on, and being able to tell my version of it in this silly parody, it's exciting for me because I miss watching the show and having it feel new. So whenever I get to write these characters saying and doing things, I'm like, oh, it's like they get to go on more adventures together, and I get to say my version of it. I get to hang out with them. And Danny Lee 5114, thank you for the $5 super chat. Been watching since episode 1 in high school, 2006. Any plans to make another Lady Gaga parody? My favorite is Brooklyn Rage. Can I get Kyber to sing it? No plans to make another Lady Gaga parody for now, although it's not something I would ever rule out. I do love Lady Gaga. She's one of the most powerful Yu-Gi-Oh cards. One of the most powerful Egyptian god cards. But as far as Kyber singing Brooklyn Rage, I wanna duel them like they do in Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, Kyber singing does not work. I wanna duel them like they do in Yu-Gi-Oh! Face up, face down, trap card, spell card, then I summon my blue eyes in attack mode! I love it. I literally love it. I love that dragon. RN Jesus! Oh my gosh, thank you for the $10 super chat. The holy super chat. I will, Jesus. As you have spoken, I will follow. And Voidstorm6225, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey there, Martin. 20 years ago when I found you, I was 9 years old. I turned 30 in May. Gosh. Oh my gosh. Sad I can't donate more, but I'm overjoyed that I don't need to. I'm honestly extremely grateful for anything you give, so please know that it's no small thing. It's no small thing you're doing. My voice is a bit shot. I do apologize. Let me drink some water. Leaf Layer. I can understand why Super Chat is a thing, but I feel like last stream was actually more fun. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. As I'm doing these Super Chats, I'm starting to realize why people didn't want the Super Chats on. That some of the people were like, yeah, don't bother with them. And I honestly might turn them off and just do them for certain streams, like maybe just chatting streams or something. Because doing it while trying to play a game and also talk to you guys, I get why it's kind of frustrating. So please know that I don't think I'll be keeping these on constantly. I don't think I'll be keeping these on forever. But people were asking, and some people were like, please turn super chats on. So thank you. Thank you for those of you who are giving, but I understand it's frustrating for some people who aren't getting to talk to me as much. So I probably won't keep them on permanently. Sorry about that. ThunderRio4304, thank you for the $20 super chat. Yeah, mate, me and my best friend. In fact, maybe I'll turn off the super chats now so I can finish reading them. How do you guys feel about that? I'm gonna turn them off. I hate to do it just because, you know, there are some people who are obviously wanting to give, but at the same time, I'm a bit overwhelmed by it myself. So maybe we can turn them off for now, and I'll come back to them. I don't know if this is gonna affect things though. I don't know how this is gonna affect things, but I'm gonna try turning them off because I am a little bit overwhelmed by it. Sorry about that. To anybody who was hoping to give via Super Chat, I'm sorry about that, but I don't want to have it completely dominate my stream. ThunderRio, thank you for the $20 Super Chat. Yeah, mate, me and my best friend been watching since grade 5. We still get hype over new episodes to this day. Your content's been such a big part of our life and friendship even to this day. It's crazy. It's crazy. Some people do them at the very end of streams. You can consider that. That's not a bad idea. Let me finish reading the super chats and get them out of the way, and that way I make sure I say all of them, and we don't have to worry about it, and we can just go back to streaming as per usual. Echo O Tech 909, thank you for the $5 super chat. I blame you for my sassy personality and wit. I hope you reach your donation goal. Oh, we've gone beyond the goal at this point. It's been something else. Thank you so much for giving, though. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. And I'm glad you have that sassy personality and wit. Keep being sassy. Beef3691, thank you for the £5 super chat. Hey man, hope you're well. I hope your situation has improved some. Who knew I'd still be watching your uploads like 16 years later? It's wild. I can't. I try and cast my mind back to the original episodes, and it's like a completely different person. You know, it's like I'm thinking about a different lifetime. I can't. There's such a gulf of time between now and when this all began, and I do miss those times. There's a lot of nostalgia there, but at the same time, I've really improved as a video editor. I think I've improved as a writer in a lot of ways. My voices, I don't know if I can say they've completely improved. Certainly they've improved since episode 1, but I think my voice is a bit strained these days. I'm getting old. So maybe some of them aren't as good as they used to be. I Talk Stuff, thank you for the €5 super chat.
Hestia, that's one of the most powerful cards in all of Duel Monsters.
The joke is that Hestia is a weak Greek god. A weak Greek god? And Ronald McDonald, thank you for the $5 super chat. Will you ever bring back Ninja Bridge? I missed the rower.
Who doesn't miss the rower? The rower is the greatest character of all time. I love the rower, Sama Senpai Sansama.
I threw myself off. No, I would love to bring back Ninja Bridge. Honestly, I had a great time making it. It's one of the dumbest things I've ever made, but in my opinion, one of the best things I've ever made, because I love dumb things. And when I make Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, I'm trying to make other people laugh, but when I make Naruto spoof, when I make the Ninja Bridge, I'm trying to make myself laugh. And I think it works somehow. It's very self-indulgent, but in a good way, complimentary. All right. Let's keep going. Let's finish these super chats off before we continue. Number 19's production. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Can I ask one more question about the spirit?
What does Pot of Greed do?
We'll never know. It's a mystery. Buddhabot, thank you for the $19.99 super chat.
Fucking sucks.
More Naruto, maybe? Hey, you're the third person to ask, so I know he's in demand. Also, fan since year 1, hope you're doing well. Card Games FTW. Card Games for the win indeed. And thank you for showing enthusiasm for not only Naruto spoof, but the Dangerous Box.
Oh, we love that Dangerous Box.
Hey,
I'm living it up. I got live action One Piece. I got the One Piece manga. I got the One Piece anime. And I've got the new One Piece anime remake coming out. It's more like 5 pieces at this point.
And HG Hellbent Allen, thank you for the $5 super chat.
Card games on motorcycles? Card games on motorcycles.
Card games on motorcycles. Card games on motorcycles to you as well. Anton Constanti, thank you for the €5 super chat. Love your videos so much. If you've seen more of Naruto, what do you think of Orochimaru? I have not seen more of Naruto. I have unfortunately not seen more of Naruto. I've seen very little Naruto. I do not know Orochimaru. I've been told about him. I know you say he's a big villain who uses snakes. Sasuke joins him later for power. And how does that go for him? Magic Kitsune Brony, thank you for the $5 Australian, I assume. Love your work. LK Pharaoh's Throne lives rent-free in my head. Also, have you seen the Yugi versus Ash death battle? Yes! I think they did an incredible job. And I do agree with the outcome. No, it's great. If you haven't seen it yet, do check out the death battle for Yugi versus Ash. They did a really tremendous job on not just the animation, but the voiceover was great. I know there were some people who were really hoping that I would voice Yugi, but I don't think they needed me. It would have changed the tone of it. It wouldn't have sounded as authentic to me. Yankee Louver 100, thank you for the $2 super chat. Thanks for your work. You helped me in hard times. Least I can do, and I'm really grateful that I was able to help, even inadvertently. And Dan E. Lee, thank you again for the $5 super chat. I'm laughing like a crazy woman, and my coworker are looking at me that I lost it after hearing Kyber singing. You can call it singing. I think he sounded more like he was droning. The Boon 24, thank you for the $2 super chat. Are we ever going to get more Naruto Abridged? I have a feeling you guys want to see Naruto again. Thank you for the super chat, and I appreciate the enthusiasm. And yes, I'd love to do more Naruto spoof at some point. Naruto Abridged, whatever you want to call it, Ninja Bridge. And is that everybody? Did I get everybody? I can't tell. I think that's every super chat. I did my best to hit them all. Okay, guys. Forgive me for how long that took. Okay. Thanks for your patience, and I will definitely be keeping in mind how derailing the super chats can be in the future. Because it's not that I disliked it, and thank you for all your support. It was really incredible to see so many people giving in the chat. I didn't know how much it would be. I didn't know how many people would go ahead and be wanting to give like that. But for now, I'm going to turn them off just so I can actually think and so I can talk to all of you. LittleKuriboh, you need to play the Yummies, the fate of the world. The Yummies, the fate of the world depends on it. The Yummies from Kamen Rider O's. Marik's Evil Council has been on a cliffhanger for ages now. I would love to make more Marik's Evil Council. There's several side videos I would love to make more of, like the Crapsule Monsters and Marik's Evil Council. Series that absolutely deserve closure. It's just I'm focused on the main series right now. If there is ever a Dragon Ball Super Abridged, will you voice Frieza again? If they want me, yeah, no, that's really up to them. I love voicing Frieza.
When Taya, Tristan, and Joey awoke, they thought Yugi's duel against Bakura was only a dream. They wish.
I just dreamt that Bakura went totally mental. That's problematic, Tristan. You can't say that. Same here, though. Last time I snoozed with dueling cards under my pillow. I'm just kidding. They were in my pants. Sleep well, guys? Bakura, don't hurt me! The tiny little pale British boy's gonna kill me! Ha 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 ha! I've terrified everyone.
Well, I appreciate that, Dragonberry. I'm really proud of my performance as Frieza. I talked about it on the last stream. I actually think Kaiser Neko does a really, really good Frieza voice, and it's almost a shame that he's not voicing the character. But I'm really proud and honored and humbled to have voiced Frieza for Team 4 Star, and I know that character is a very important and legendary villain in the grand scheme of anime. So to even be thought of in the same breath as the actual voice actors or the actual character is extremely humbling, like I said. Why did you name Marek Ishtar's Rare Hunters Steve? I feel like there was a reason. I mean, honestly, I remember writing that one of them was called Steve just because he didn't have a name. You know that rare hunter that shows up at the beginning of Season 2 and has the Exodia cards? He doesn't have a name, he's just Rare Hunter. And I was like, what should I call him? Steve. And then because he's called Steve, I was like, wouldn't it be funny if the other guy was called Steve? It was just random. I had to give him a name.
Suddenly, the team heard a scream come from the woods.
That sounded like Mai. I heard the boobies in her voice from here.
The team ran through the forest into a clearing and saw a very large duelist defeating Mai's very large boobists. Bye-bye, birdies.
My harpies, they're gone. I'm a sad my Valentine. Mwah!
I think you mean eliminated, just like you. Now hand over all your star chips, you loser.
I hate Panic. Can I be honest with you guys? I hate voicing Panic. I hate looking at Panic. I hate thinking about Panic. One of my least favorite Yu-Gi-Oh characters. Just because he takes up so much time. At least on the DVD. Apparently when it was broadcast on TV, I think they edited the duel down to 1 episode, and thank God they did. But on the DVD, it's 2 episodes, and it takes forever, and he's just like,
I'm going to get you, Yugi.
And Yugi's like, okay. The whole time. He's not my favorite. Riftrax, what's wrong with the gravelly, angry, semi-juggalo guy? Well, you've listed a number of reasons that I dislike him, but the problem for me is that they try and make him into in the dub at least, they try and make him into a whole anti-bullying lesson. They try and make him into sort of an after-school, like, don't bully anybody, kids, kind of thing. And I'm like, yeah, that's not really what he's doing, though. He's like, he's going way beyond bullying. He's threatening to kill people. And I feel like, given that Joey and Tristan are right there, and they've been bullying Yugi, and they became his friends, I feel like you've already covered bullies. It just feels like putting a hat on a hat and calling it Panic. I'm so sad.
Mai, are you okay?
This sideshow freak giving you a hard time?
That's right, just like Pegasus pays me to do. Root out all the dueling filth on this island and dispose of it.
Doesn't that make you a garbage man? Sorry, Mai, for how traumatized you are, but also I have jokes.
Hey, Grim Sister, I'm very happy to hear that it helped, honestly. I really hope that you're doing okay. Making We're Still Here was very therapeutic for me. I ended up stopping making it just because I was dwelling a little bit too much on my depression as a result. And I think it was affecting me ultimately negatively overall at the time. But everybody I've spoken to who got something out of that, everybody I spoke to about We're Still Here, it's been extremely rewarding and gratifying, and it seems to have helped other people. So I'm honestly very blessed, and I share in that with them. Bulk, Bogan, hey Martin, YGO Abridged allow me to have my best friend ever. It's been 13 years since, but you really helped us connect. Thanks so much. Hey, that's awesome. But don't forget, you made that friendship, and you guys are friends because of how awesome you are. So as much as you want to thank me, and I'm very grateful to be a small part of that, don't forget to thank yourselves.
This is no joke. Panic's one of the island's eliminators, and if you don't get out of here, he's gonna do to you what he did to me.
Check out her Duelist's glove. Not a star chip left. No glove, no love.
You're out of the tournament, Mai?
Fate's Guillotine, it was something we're working on, but if you have given, you have helped us enormously, and the house is going to be okay at this point. I think it's safe to say. Barring anything that is completely unpredictable, we should, after PayPal releases the funds, have enough to cover the debt. So thank you so much.
It all happened so fast. The way Panic duels, I just lost it.
He's not even that good, can I be honest? He just summons his Castle of Dark Illusions. And that's it. Right? He puts shadows on the field. Oh, the way he duels, I lost it. Why, he couldn't spray perfume on things and fix the problem?
Huh, she was one of my easiest victims yet.
Oh, shit.
Panic pushed Mai to the ground, but she bounced right back up again because of her boobies.
You creep! There's no excuse for pushing a girl! I've dealt with a lot of bullies in my life, and I'm afraid there's only one way to deal with them. You have to stand up to them. Here we go with the lecturing kids about bullies.
Let's see you try your intimidation tactics against me, Panic. I'd like to see you threaten my boobies. I don't scare easy, especially when I'm standing up for my friends. Yugi, huh? Must be my lucky day. Pegasus has promised a generous bounty to the Eliminator who defeats you. Think he'd throw in some extra cash for inflicting bodily harm? Ha ha ha! I'd wager all the star chips I have to win Mai's. I really want her star chips. It's a deal. If you win, I will give you all 8 of her star chips because your bet makes no difference to me. All right, bet. What do you mean? How dare you? What I mean, little Yugi, is when you duel against Panic, you're putting much more than your measly star chips on the line. I could see the fear growing in your big anime eyes. I do believe you're beginning to me. I mean, Panic. Are you finished blowing smoke, Panic? Up my ass, Panic? The last time someone had the nerve to talk to me like that, I broke them in half. Now let's duel. It was Batman, by the way. I broke him. I broke the bat.
Chidest, how did you actually make the Abridged series? Did you download the footage of the anime and edit it, or what? Well, I had the DVDs, and I ripped the footage directly from the DVDs. Originally. These days, yeah, you can kind of find other ways of doing it and getting the footage via other means. But back in the day, I literally just got a DVD ripping software and pulled everything off of my DVDs. And that's why you could probably see a lot of really bad interlacing back in the day. Batman, I think you mean gay people, man. Batman, gay people, man, same thing. Evil Mag, that's incredible. Hey, your guy Alex, I'm happy to see you here. Let's take on the player killer Panic.
Do you think he'd throw in extra for bodily harm? No, because it would be censored. You wouldn't be able to get away with it, Panic. Nah. And I've censored your scissors. No scissoring on my time.
What got me into doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, asks Patrick Zalatoris 3206. That is a good question because, like, why would anyone start doing that, you know? Well, it was right around the time YouTube started. And as a result, it was a completely brand new platform and a brand new concept of a sort of website for a lot of people to gather and post content. Before that, I was on YTMND, You're the Man Now Dog, which was very basic. If you've never heard of YTMND, because some of you might not have, you posted an image and you played audio over the image and the audio would loop. And some people would put GIFs and time the audio to the GIFs and it would loop as well. And it was a lot of memeing happening there. But then YouTube happened, and I was like, I really want to do something video-wise, and I was really getting into Yu-Gi-Oh! At the time. And in fact, I think I'd been into Yu-Gi-Oh! For a few months. And like with many fandoms that I've been involved in, I like making fan fiction, I like making fan content. I used to be all about just exclusively making fan fiction. And I wrote a few Yu-Gi-Oh! Fanfics as well. But when YouTube happened, I was like, I need to do something visual. I need to do something that is a video form. And I could kind of do the voices. I liked doing impressions, and I especially liked doing an impression of Tristan. Because
he's just fun to do. It's just fun to do this voice. It sounds stupid. And it makes me laugh even when I'm doing it.
And I was like, I can kind of do that. What if I were to write a script? And I didn't even think about the parody aspect of it yet. I was like, what if I did my own fan dub or something? And I was like, nobody's going to take it seriously if if one person is doing all the voices. And I love Yu-Gi-Oh, but I really wanted to do something that introduced people to Yu-Gi-Oh from episode 1, that sort of got them on board with the story and the characters. And I was like, what if it was like a parody of the first episode, but shrunk down, abridged, and it just cut out all the card game stuff and just sort of focused on the plot and the characters. Because I didn't really understand the card game, and to be fair, neither did the show at the time in Season 1. So it was kind of a combination of various ideas and inspirations and urges that I was having. Hey, we have Catapult Turtle, so we can have a canon duel ending if we're good enough. I missed the Mark remark as well, Vocalore. I'd love to bring it back at some point. Are any of your fanfictions still available to read? I think so. I think so. How do I donate through YouTube? Chandan, we did have some super chats on earlier, but don't worry about it. Seriously, you don't have to donate. You being here is support enough for the time being. I might turn those super chats back on later or on a different stream, but for now, they're turned off. I do apologize. All right, we got the Celtic Guardian. We got Mother Grizzly. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one water monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck. I don't remember Yami ever using that card, but obviously they're taking some liberties. Thoughts on Kamen Rider Geats, Kage Yukai. I really like the opening arc of Kamen Rider Geats. I think the stuff with the games and the challenges is really fun. After a while, Kamen Rider Geats kind of becomes very samey. I feel like a lot of Kamen Rider... I feel like a lot of Kamen Rider shows have this problem where they start trying to they start spinning their wheels and trying not to progress the plot too far because, you know, they have 50 episodes to tell the story. And I feel like Kamen Rider Geats... Play the game. I'm sorry, aspiring girl. I will play the game. I feel like Kamen Rider Geats has the problem that a lot of Kamen Rider shows have, which is that it gets to a point where it doesn't know how to sort of keep the show interesting, so it almost reinvents itself every 5 or 10 episodes. I really like those early episodes, though. It's really fun. It's a really fun concept, and I would have liked to see more of that. Just the characters sort of teaming up and betraying each other in the context of the Desire Grand Prix, and I feel like Geats just eventually became just Kamen Riders fighting each other and no challenge really involved, no games, nothing like that. But what are we doing? It's Patrick, it's going very well. I have to say thank you once again, and I'm going to keep saying it every so often. I said it at the top of the stream, I said it all throughout last week's stream. Thank you so much to all of you who have given. The donations just kept coming in. I didn't know how to feel. I was blown away. I didn't believe it, as Naruto would say initially, that it was happening. What are we doing here? Let's summon Rude Kaiser. But thank you so much for all of your generosity. It's really an incredible thing. It's I know life-changing is a phrase that gets thrown around a lot, but it really is life-changing for us. Ever thought about doing a vagina monologues for Naruto spoof? Oh god, I guess I've never thought about that. Oh no! I fell right into his trap.
Damn you, Panic! You've got me panicking. And I'm mewing.
Alright, I could put swords down. It would stop him from hurting me, but... Let's see what happens. Can I do the Kuriboh voice? You mean, do the la 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 la. Do the la. Well, no. What happened? Everybody's talking about the Naruto Abridged today. I don't know if they're talking about my Naruto Abridged every time they talk about it, or if they're talking about Vegeta 3986 and Masako X's Naruto Abridged, which, you know, everybody has very fond memories of. But you might be talking about mine, in which case I would like to bring that back. It's just something that has fallen to the wayside as I've been focused more on Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. But one day, Naruto will fart up a storm for you again. What's going... Oh, no, we're not activating anything. No, no. Is Joey's name still technically Steve Wheeler in the Abridged series? Well, I never saw him change his name back. So, yeah. Joey is just a nickname for Steve Wheeler. Steve Wheeler's a pretty cool name, though. Come on. Steve Wheeler? Old Stevie Wheelie?
I should launch Gaia the Dragon Champion at the castle flotation ring with Catapult Turtle.
Oh, no, he's doing the thing that he did in the show. He's disguising all his monsters with shadows. Now I don't know what they are. And he summoned his Castle of Dark Illusions. And I've got Swords of Revealing Light down, which is exactly how it played out in the game, just not like this. Christopher Kelly, thank you so much. I am also fond of you. Florence and Malik Blishtar still together. Yes, Florence and Malik are absolutely a thing. And nobody can get upset because that's not their real names. Why would you get upset at that anyway? Alright, we could bring out Catapult Turtle. But it seems like it would be a bit of a waste. I'm gonna do it though. Because it's the show. Nikolai Kalu, thank you for laughing over the years. What happened to Mr. Tweetums? Lost in purgatory, unfortunately. Mr. Tweetums had the worst fate of all of us. Anna Marvello, you were 9 years old when you first found Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. Now you're damn near 30.
You're damn near 30.
What is the effect of Castle of Dark Illusions? I see. Well, thank you for watching the show. I don't know if I recommend watching it when you're 9, but I feel like that is an appropriate age for some of the humor. And that sword's gone, so let's find out what's going to happen now. We got Horned Imp. We could summon. You were 19 when you first watched Leather Pants.
La 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 leather pants.
That's not the right song. Alright, let's attack. Let's see what happens. Oh. No! That's a shame. At least it was just Horned Imp, though. We're not in trouble. The great move. I'm glad you think so. When it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged and how well it ages with a lot of other internet humor, there's obviously some rough patches. There's obviously some places where the show gets a little bit iffy. And there's some language that I use that, you know, I could have not done at the same time. Oh, hang on. I do feel like a lot of it has aged okay. I feel like I was trying mostly to just make a funny Yu-Gi-Oh! Show, and it's hard for that to be too offensive. But, you know, I managed it occasionally. I managed to be pretty offensive at times. Alright, we've got... Let's summon Mother Grizzly. And do some of this. When you put the disclaimer about how the jokes you put in the early episodes don't reflect your views, did anything specifically spark that? Well, Tyron Hills, I'm glad you're asking about that, because it does get brought up from time to time, the disclaimer that I put on the episodes. I have honestly felt that way about those videos far longer than that disclaimer has been there. I started to feel that way about a lot of those videos around about, I want to say, like mid-2010s. And I put up that disclaimer, I think, at the end of the 2010s, like maybe 2018, 2019. The disclaimer was put up because somebody on Twitter, and it was just one person, it wasn't like a deluge of people complaining. And it wasn't even a complaint, which I think is very important to emphasize. It wasn't someone complaining. It was me just sort of talking generally on Twitter about how I did regret a lot of the transphobic and, you know, more offensive humor that I was using back in the day without thinking about it. And it wasn't something that I would like to keep in the show if I had the chance to do it over. A lot of that kind of humor, the rape jokes, the homophobia, the sexism, a lot of that, I probably would have either at least been more careful about, or I just wouldn't have used it whatsoever. It's genuinely how I feel. And one person on Twitter and I thank them for this. I'm not saying this in a negative way. One person on Twitter said, "Do you mind making it clear that you feel that way? Because a lot of people watching your show don't understand that." And it's true. I feel like there's a lot of people who watch those videos and might just assume that that's emblematic of who I am. And it's not. And I'm not the kind of person to be like, I want to pretend I never said those things. So when they asked me, hey, can you just make it a bit clearer? I was like, you know what? Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with just putting a message saying, this doesn't really reflect who I am anymore, and I don't stand by some of these jokes. And there are people who look at that disclaimer and think I'm trying to think of the way to phrase this. He's basically rejecting all of the content that made him who he is. No, I'm rejecting a very small amount of it, like the transphobia. I'm rejecting the transphobia, the rape jokes and all that, which doesn't make up a very large percentage of the show whatsoever. And there are people who are like, but that's the best part. And I'm like, no. Nobody quotes that stuff. Nobody really enjoys that stuff that much. And if you do, I'm not telling you can't. It's just not what I stand by anymore. So if you've ever seen those disclaimers and wondered why those disclaimers are there, it's because I had felt that way for a long time, and somebody prompted me to make it more noticeable, prompted me to acknowledge it. And it isn't me being ashamed of the whole show. It isn't even me being ashamed of every video that disclaimer is on. It is just there to make sure that people who are watching who are like, I wonder if he still feels this way. No, I don't. But you can enjoy whatever the hell you want, honestly. But I appreciate you asking either way. I do appreciate you asking, and I think it's important to ask and to clarify stuff like that if you are confused or concerned that it means something more than it does. I don't think it's that significant. I think it's just, for me on a personal level, it's just for anybody who's watching the videos and might be a bit worried that I look at them that way, you know? That I think of them that way. I don't want people to get that from my show. I don't want people to watch my show and feel like they're being made fun of. I want people to watch my show and enjoy themselves. And I hope you do enjoy yourself. Anyway, Summon Skull is on the field. You're very kind, Mishmash Tan. Thank you so much for that. Dark Force, I am indeed watching Kamen Rider Zets. I'm a few episodes behind. I'm on episode 22. So I'm not caught up. I don't know all of the spoilers. I know some things that I've heard through the grapevine. But overall, I'm not caught up completely. So try to avoid too many spoilers if possible. You'll have to forgive me, the chat is going by rather quickly and I'm trying to focus on the duel a little bit so I don't completely mess it up. Which I am likely to do. Violet Raptor, I only understood the talking suit of armor joke in episode 50 after starting to watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I saw the B and I was like, does that stand for abridged? No, it's Brotherhood. Which I guess you could argue Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is an abridging. Just not in the same context as YGO Abridged. Alright, we're not losing, so that's the important thing. Patrick, have I ever watched Hunter x Hunter? I hate to say it, no. Even though I'm in the dub, I've never seen Hunter x Hunter. I've not watched a lot of the shows that I'm in, which is pretty funny. I feel like that's true of a lot of actors, though. They don't necessarily watch the content that they star in. And it's not from lack of interest. Sometimes it's just like, well, I'm in that. I don't want to be reminded of myself. We got Gaia the Fierce Knight. And we have Catapult Turtle. So let's try and save Gaia so we can literally launch Gaia at his flotation ring, etc. Here we go. Am I watching Digimon Beat Break? I have never... Well, I tell a lie. I've seen a little bit of Digimon, but I've never really watched Digimon as a fan. I've seen Digimon the movie. I've seen the Angela Anaconda short that has a Digimon movie attached to it. What a great Angela Anaconda short. Is Evangelion still my favorite anime? It absolutely is. And I'm one of those few Evangelion fans that is actually really excited about the new content. I think it's going to be really cool to see somebody else's take on it. I know there are people out there that are like, no, it's a very personal story. You can't do it. But I feel like you can do it. There's been other Evangelion things outside of the main series that I've enjoyed. There are some video games like Super Robot Wars has Evangelion in it. I've not played the ones with Evangelion in it. But I love Super Robot Wars, and I'm sure it works perfectly fine. Is the game's narrator related to the ghost of Christmas Past from the future? Insomniaran? Yes. That's his dad. That's canon now. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to attack with Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress #1. Will Borat Shadi appear in future episodes? Shadi will. I don't know if he'll be Borat just because it'll be 2026, 2027, and Borat won't have been relevant for, well, I was going to say a few decades, but he came back, didn't he, during the pandemic. So I can't say he's completely irrelevant, but it will feel weird. All right, here we go. We're going to do this. We're going to activate the Catapult Turtles effect to launch Gaia the Dragon Champion Fierce Knight. That's not even the right monster, but it technically worked. There we go. We did the canon ending, kind of. Am I still in touch with Team 4-Star at all? Absolutely. I actually just had dinner with Scott and Nick, Kaiser Neko and Lanny Pator, very recently. They're really good guys. I'm a big fan of all the folks at Team 4-Star. So you probably wouldn't ever abridge Yu-Gi-Oh! R since it wasn't in the anime, but how would you adapt Yako Tenma into the abridged series if you did? It would be very hard, it would be very tempting to not make him Yako from Animaniacs. Just have the whole Animaniacs cast and crew involved. I don't know. I genuinely, it's hard for me to say. It's been a while since I've read Yu-Gi-Oh! R. But I wasn't a huge fan of the story. It felt very hokey to me. Even for Yu-Gi-Oh! It felt hokey. Do I still live in the UK? I do not. I live in the US. It's, I would say that I miss the UK. There are certain problems I have with the UK right now about, you know, certain issues they're having. But they're having plenty of issues over here in the US, so I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, you know? More than anything, I enjoy existing in this digital realm with you guys.
Nobody beats Panic. Nobody. Except for me.
Yugi, you were incredible!
Yes, I was.
Your Millennium Puzzle has more power than we thought.
How does he know about the Millennium Puzzle? That feels a little bit early in the show for Tristan to be commenting on that. What are your favorite Sentai shows, asks that one guy. I'm a big fan of Don Brothers. I'm a big fan of Shinkenja. And I'm a big fan... I like a lot of them that I've seen. I'm just going to list a bunch that I really like. I really liked Hurricaneja. I really like King Oger. I really like Zenkaiger. They're all a lot of fun. But those are some of my favorite. Chan bara, bara. Yugi, I don't know what to say. Divine Mr. Green, what do I use to edit? I'm currently using DaVinci Resolve.
Here, these star chips are yours.
Look at her blushing. Yami Yugi's probably the only person that can make my Valentine blush. Because they look so similar.
Take them.
Puts them in her mouth.
I'm sorry, but I can't accept them. I fight my own battles. With perfume trickery.
My, Yugi risked his life in this duel for you. It wasn't made very clear in the game, but yeah, his life was in danger. That castle was going to stab him.
I know, but...
There's no point in arguing. She's way too thick-headed. She's way too thick-headed. But if she'd rather be booted off the island, I'll take him. Reverse psychology always wins.
You think me losing all my star chips is funny, Joey Wheeler?
I thought you didn't want them, Mai. Look at the star chips just hovering in the middle. They're like, Mommy, Daddy, don't fight.
Give them back.
Of course you can have them. They're yours. Really, Joey? No, they're mine now. Didn't you learn anything from this duel? When a castle of dark illusions is up in the sky, you gotta use your catapult turtle to launch a guy on the back of a horse to stab it. And destroy the flotation ring, everybody knows this. Also, you can't always keep your defenses up, because they'll just get between you and the other people who are trying to be your friends. So let me destroy that flotation ring you got, Whoa. I wanna wreck your flotation ring, So can't you let your shield down, just this one time? No. Alright, we got all those things. When you see Vegeta, tell him I said, like a bitch. It's Bones. Oh shit. It's Bones. Favorite Yu-Gi-Oh character, asks the Link228. Honestly, Yugi. I'm a big fan of Yugi. I know he's not everybody's favorite. Some people think he's kind of boring, and that was my opinion when I started watching the show. But I'm a big fan of little Yugi. I think he's an adorable little guy. He's always doing the right thing, and he cares more about his friends than anything else. And it's something to aspire to, I think. I think it's genuinely he's genuinely a character that I try to emulate in times when I'm struggling to emulate that kind of behavior. I think about Yugi. I don't literally think, what would Yugi do? Because chances are he would just play a card game. But I do try to be more like him in my everyday life. Which unfortunately means I'm always wearing a school uniform, and it's very embarrassing. If you abridge GX, will you do Sebastian's voice? I think you mean Bastion. And the way you do in the Watch series? Oh, yes, of course. Baffle Beam, as a butt aficionado, you missed a chance to do some alliteration and say ass aficionado. Which Yu-Gi-Oh character do you feel has the best butt? Oh, gosh. Yu-Gi-Oh character out of any show? Because I'm a big fan of Ghost Girl from Vrains. I think she has a great butt. Does the elemental hero Neos count as a character? Because, yes. I would love to put my face in that. Time Wizard, hey LK, the first episode I watched was Crowd Atlas with my friend in middle school. Your show helped make us best friends. Oh, wow, that's amazing. Crowd Atlas, that's an episode a lot of people reference and make clips of, and I still remember showing that at conventions when I was still working on it, and thinking to myself, I really hope people like this one. And it seems like people do, and I'm very grateful for all of your enthusiasm, and I'm very grateful that you made friends, and not just friends, but best friends from watching the show, or indirectly as a result of. Thank you so much. All right, Arena of Lost Souls. If you abridge Dark Side of Dimensions, how would you characterize Aigami, LK? Honestly, it's a bit far out for me to be pinning anything down with Aigami, but I do have some ideas. I probably wouldn't voice him myself. I'd like to get somebody else to voice him. I think that... Oh, what happened to the YouTube? My window disappeared. Am I still alive? I think I'm still alive. I'm definitely still alive, but my YouTube chat was gone for a second. I see you guys now. Aigami, it's hard to say. I genuinely don't know for sure what I would do with him for now, but I do think he's an important character, certainly in that movie, so I don't want to do something really stupid with him. But you never know. I might get stupid with it. I don't want to make him just a reference character. I don't want him to just be like, this is the character from a different show. This is bloody Mandark from Dexter's Lab, you know? Appreciate it, guys. I am live. I do appreciate you guys clarifying and confirming. Have you seen the online series Ina or played the game Ina Dream Barbecue? This has no bearing on you or anything. I just need to promote my religion today. I am not familiar, no. Were you still planning on making Dark Side of Dimensions a musical? Absolutely, Smash Genesis. I'm glad that somebody remembers. Yes, I have very specific ideas in mind for Dark Side of Dimensions being a musical, and it means that it'll be a very ambitious project, but I would love to do it. I would love to make Dark Side of Dimensions Abridged all singing, all dancing, or maybe just singing. I don't know if the Yu-Gi-Oh characters can dance. They don't move enough.
I did do Mandark for Paradox, Christopher Kelly. You picked up on what I'm putting down. Smash. You're excited for 2035? Honestly, yeah, ballpark, maybe.
Joey huffed and puffed as he ran in fear. He took a quick glance behind him to see Kyber's Blue Eyes White Dragon barreling down on him. Blue Eyes was about to make a snack out of Joey when Joey woke up from his nightmare.
You know, some people think I'm a snack in real life as well, not just in my nightmares.
Hell yeah, butts, Professor Wonderful. Speaking of wonderful, we love them butts. Lily the Breton, oh, I appreciate you stopping by. I hope work's going okay.
A dream? Phew! Kyber, we'll see who eats the dog chow on this island, and nobody playing the game has any frame of reference for why I'm talking about dog chow. But he put me in a dog suit in my nightmare is what happened. Everybody, wake up! Good morning, Ryder! Z! Impact!
Joey, what's wrong? Stop quoting Kamen Rider.
Nothing's wrong. It's a brand new day of the tournament, and I'm hot to fine as a duel. I'm HOTTOGO.
Hot to go.
Well, you don't have to sing about it. Actually, go ahead, sing. I'm very happy.
Hey guys, what's all the commotion?
Calm down. Good morning, Taya. Where's Mai? Isn't she with you?
She said she had to go, and to give you this note, Yugi.
The note said that Mai borrowed 8 of Yugi's star chips.
Well, you could kiss those star chips goodbye.
I don't know. Maybe we really can trust Mai. What's Joey's favorite Kamen Rider? Probably Cross Z Dragon. Cross Dragon? I don't know how you say it. Cross the Dragon. The one from Kamen Rider Build. You know what I'm talking about. And if not, we're still the Team Supreme, right?
Actually, what would Joey's favorite Kamen Rider be?
Give me your ideas in the chat. Right. Okay then, move out.
I wonder how many duelists are left on the island.
Thank you, Severed Soul. You're very kind. Thank you so much for your generosity.
They shipped a couple dozen home yesterday.
Man, they're dropping like flies on Duelist Kingdom. Have I seen Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds? I've seen most of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. I've not seen the final season. Decade since he uses cards. There's also Ryuki. I actually think Joey would be kind of a Ryuki.
No, you know what? I just realized who Joey's favorite Kamen Rider would be. Kamen Rider Gattack. Because he's an underdog like Joey Wheeler, baby. We love Kagami. I stand Kagami from Kamen Rider Kabuto. They shipped a couple dozen home yesterday.
And I bet even more have been eliminated by now.
And some of them were really good players with powerful cards. They just weren't as good as me. Sucks to be them. We could be next.
Not a chance, huge. Do you mind if I call you huge?
Yes.
Okay, huge. Those other guys just wanted the prize. You and Joey have a lot more at stake.
Yeah, I want the prize as well, but for good reasons. Unlike them. We all know why they wanted the prize money. Right? No, we don't. That's true. I gotta rescue Grandpa from Pegasus, and Joey needs the prize money to help his sister. Nobody else has any other problems except us. The duelists we face today will be even stronger because they survived the first round.
What do I think of Don Zalug as a character? He is him, after all. He is some variation of him, certainly. He must be referencing some sort of trope in Japanese media, I assume. Oh, Lexi. Lexi, what we got? Glad to catch you live. Your videos were pivotal to my sense of humor. I loved your stuff as a young boy. Hang on, let me read this. I just want to make sure I read this message. I love them now as an adult woman. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for 20 years of legendary content. Oh, that's really wonderful, and I'm really happy to hear that you went on that journey. And it's wonderful to know you as an adult woman. Thank you so much for sharing.
The duelists we face today will be even stronger because they survived the first round. They survived people like Weevil Underwood. Even stronger.
Careful what you say, Yugi. You got little Joey here shaking in his sneakers.
What? You think I'm a scared little puppy dog? I'll kill your whole family if you say that about me.
Well, if the collar fits.
Oh, we're getting into kink now, huh?
All right, break it up. Pulls out a hose, sprays them both. What is Florence's favorite Pokemon? Asks Lovro4389. I actually have a decent answer for this, in my opinion. Florence Bakura's favorite Pokemon is Chimecho. Because it has that scary face, but it looks very cute and innocent. I love to see so many trans people in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. And absolutely, trans rights 100%. Love to see it.
All right, break it up. You just bring on any duelist and I'll cream him.
I said stop being kinky.
Right, you gotta believe in yourself, Joey. You gotta believe.
Little did they know they were being watched by the Parappa the Rapper lawyers, and also by one of Bandit Keith's cronies, Bones. His bony crony.
We found 2 duelists. One is just a stupid git.
Hang on, they've given some of bloody Zygor's dialogue to Bones. Or is it Sid? I always forget which one is Sid and which one is Zygor.
We found 2 duelists. One is just a stupid git, but the other one is a good duelist.
Why is it just him? I guess they don't have sprites for the other 2. Hey, Vioxus.
His name is Yugi. He's the kid who beat Kyber. Everyone figures him to make it all the way to Pegasus's castle.
Lottie. Legendary dude, great to hear you switch in real time too. It can be difficult. Good luck with everything and thank you for continuing years of entertainment. Thank you for being entertained. I appreciate it.
Bones, bones, bones. I think you mean brains, 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 Professor.
I'd say butts. Oh, it's him. You'll have to forgive me. I was not expecting Bandit Keith to pop up on screen for some reason, even though I knew he was going to be in this. Brunchalo, I have a question. If there would be a Duel Monsters remake, would you also make it a abridged version based on the remake? Honestly, I'd be very tempted to, although knowing how Toei works, or whoever would be in charge of it, the new content would be extremely cracked down upon on YouTube. They would be like, nobody gets to touch this except us, which I understand it from a legal perspective. The old stuff seems to be a little easier to get by the YouTube laser array or whatever, the copyright nonsense. But I'd be very tempted. I would love for them to do a Duel Monsters remake, though. I think that there's a lot of potential there. There's a lot of stuff that is that just wasn't done that effectively in the original version, and also there's stuff they skipped. Team Ghost Whale, it would be Ryuga. Oh, for Joey Wheeler? He'd like Ryuga? Because it's the Red Eyes Black Dragon, huh?
Yugi, huh? Yeah, I've heard of him. In America. He's supposed to be a tough little squirt. That is, if you believe his reputation. In America. His American reputation. Everybody's talking about him in the USA.
Yeah, we've never seen him duel. How do we know how good Yugi really is? Brains.
In America.
Brains.
In America. We're just gonna communicate via catchphrase.
Nobody is going to the castle except us. That's why I teamed up with the most brilliant duelist on the whole island.
The guy who didn't even get into the tournament legally. That's right, in America. So if you want to win this tournament, you'll keep cool like an American guy wearing sunglasses and a flag on his head, and let Bandit Keith do the thinking for ya. In America. Also, Americans don't know how to shave. That's why I have this 5 o'clock shadow. You hear me, Pegasus? Soon it'll be payback time. In America. Which I assume is what this background represents. This background is some building in America. Payback for the way you humiliated me at the Duel Monsters Intercontinental Championship. Sponsored by WWE, the most American of corporations. It all came down to you against me, in America, literally, and I had you right where I wanted you. In America. I was sure I was about to win, but you just scribbled some notes and called over a kid from the audience to duel in your place. It was at least the second most humiliating thing to happen to an American person. Hey, what are you doing? Asking for help is illegal in America.
I don't need. Hello, by the way. Hi, everybody. I'm in the flashback. Ooh. I don't need help. A child could defeat you, Bandit Keith, and I'm going to prove it. I'm going to be a total dick.
Pegasus handed the note to the child.
Just follow these instructions and you'll win.
I didn't know what to make of it, considering there wasn't a sprite for the kid, so he might as well have been invisible. It was a young John Cena. Were you just trying to psych me out, or did you chicken out? Either way, it was fine by me so long as I took home the prize money. In American dollars.
I do love that they adapted that moment into a card, Dusty Fedora. It's really cool that moment actually like has a legacy. Because it's so stupid, but so perfect for Pegasus and so embarrassing for Bandit Keith.
A child could defeat you in this children's card game. After Bandit Keith played a card, the child looked at the note, followed the instructions, and took out the rest of Bandit Keith's life points.
What? You snot-nosed little brat! There's no way you could have known I was gonna play that card in America!
Bandit Keith snatched the note from the child's hands. An American taking something that belongs to someone else? Crazy!
Give me that! It's all here. The card I play, how to beat it, everything. No! In America. You may have defeated me, Pegasus, but you cheated me. Nobody makes a fool out of Bandit Keith. Except the guy who dresses me. You said you found 2 duelists. Yeah, Yugi and some dweeb named Joey. Good. We'll take the dweeb out first.
Did you hear that? Hi, Mr. Castle? I think we're being followed. I think you're getting a little paranoid, Joey. We're being followed by a castle. You've been acting hyper ever since you woke up this morning. What the heck is eating you anyway? I'm telling you, somebody's stalking us. Mysterious castle-shaped footprints are behind us.
Joey ran off into the woods like a bitch.
Where are you going? To stalk them.
And as you know, if you know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh, this is actually a moment that the dub changed, because Joey is actually going to go take a leak. He's going to go pee in the river, and in the dub version they're like, no, we can't acknowledge urination. For some reason, neither Taya nor Joey were allowed to talk about pissing, which is fine, but they changed this moment into, we're being stalked, I'm going to go chase them down. In the original version, he goes to take a piss, and they catch him while he's pissing.
Release the pea cut. As Joey wandered through the woods, he thought he heard something behind him. Suddenly, Joey's whole world turned to black as he was knocked unconscious. The next thing he knew, he woke up inside a cave.
Clearly, I'm inside a cave. Look at this cave shit. What is this place? Some kind of cave that looks like a mountain?
Welcome to the Arena of Lost Souls. Abandon hope, for no duelist gets out alive. Prepare for your final duel. This arena will be your graveyard.
Oh, so you can talk about graves and people dying, but you can't acknowledge piss? This is a rip-off.
Take care, Luna Invisible.
The ghosts of the dead are all around you, Joey. There's no way to escape from your fear.
Huh? Who says I'm scared? I only pissed my pants a little bit, and that's because I needed to, not because I'm scared.
You can't hide the truth from the spirits, Joey. They see you frozen in fear.
Okay, I was afraid, but not because of the graveyard or your ooga booga I thought it said crap. I was about to say crap. Your ooga booga crap. It's your creepy face that gives me the willies.
Bones would have been a member of the Undertaker's Ministry of Darkness. In fact, he's essentially the anime Midion.
Let Lay down your star chips now! And your brains.
Hey, I never agreed to this duel.
Tough luck. You haven't got any choice, dweeb. Much like in America, there is no freedom of choice.
There has to be some way out of this. Maybe if I just walked away. No, that's crazy.
You want a way out? Well then, hand over all your star chips and crawl out like a scared little puppy dog.
Joey remembered his nightmare involving Kyber and came to a realization. He didn't want to be no puppy dog.
If I run from this, I really will be a scared little puppy dog. So I'll just have to beat you. 4-star chips! Team 4-star chips! Let's duel! Alright, I'm a dog. Woof woof. Eventually I will accept the fact that I am a furry, but it is not today. Dub making Joey chase their stalkers sounds like they're making Joey look cooler. Honestly, yeah, it's not a bad change. It's actually very in character. It's just weird that they wouldn't let him want to pee. Alright, talk to the hand, man. Crap. You ooga booga crap.
Team 4-star, what is that? What even is that?
Take care, King of Hearts tank.
Single mode. We got Copycat. We got Axe Raider. It's not a bad hand. We've got the Baby Dragon. What have we got in here? We've got Flame Swordsman. We need Flame Manipulator and Masaki, the Legendary Swordsman. Or Time Wizard and Baby Dragon. Straightforward. Sorry. Gosh. Yes, Deathseer. I did voice Frieza in DBZ Abridged, and it was a huge honor. I'll always be grateful for the opportunity to play Frieza. Alright, let's set this in face-down defense position there. And end my turn. Yeah, Kabusses, I'm actually not usually playing games on my YouTube, but I promised to do some streams in in conjunction with the fundraiser that we were doing to try and offset some of our debt. And people were very generous, and everybody gave so much within the first 24 hours that the streams were almost unnecessary, but I still wanted to follow through with them, so I'll be streaming on YouTube up until the end of March, and I might even continue streaming after that if people really want me to, and I think I might do it anyway because I'm enjoying it. We're up against Dragon Zombie and a face down card. It's a bit of a risk, but we're going to summon Axe Raider, the axe-wielding monster of tremendous strength and agility. He doesn't look that agile. Let's go. Nice. Will I play Forbidden Memories? Yes. I would love to play some Forbidden Memories. I'd love to play some Duelist of the Roses. A Kuriboh tuber. Some people call me a Yugi tuber, and I'm always like, that sounds weird. The problem with thinking of me as a Yugi tuber is Yugi tubers tend to know about the game. I'm very out of the loop when it comes to the game. But you can call me a Yugi tuber if you want.
Call of the Haunted.
Well, you're very kind, Austin Smith. Oh no, Pumpkin! And the snake hair. Will I play Falsebound Kingdom? I actually, I'd like to play every Yu-Gi-Oh game, can I be honest? I'd like to play every Yu-Gi-Oh game. Have I seen the new Toon cards? I have not seen the new Toon cards. Let me have a look at these Toon cards. I'm going to really quickly have a look at these Toon cards, because I've not seen them. Yu-Gi-Oh! New Toon cards. How new are we talking? How far back should I be looking? I guess I don't know what I'm looking for. I see a Red Eyes Toon Dragon, but that's not new, is it? Blue Eyes Toon Ultimate Dragon? This Red Eyes Toon Dragon must be new. Here we go. Blue Eyes Toon Ultimate Dragon. That's pretty amazing just because it is literally just Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, but it's got 2 extra heads, as it should be. It's from this week. Oh, okay. Funny Dark Rabbit. Much like Pegasus's Funny Bunny. Comic Cat. Oh, these are the ones from the movie or from Pegasus's. Wait, are these new? Evil Box. Aren't these mostly just the cards that Pegasus had, or am I imagining that? I don't know if I'm looking at the right ones. It must be disappointing to ask me to look at the cards, because I really don't know much about the game. So when I'm looking at the cards, I'm like, oh, okay. Someone got retrained. Oh, okay. They seem very cool. I actually am a big fan of Pegasus's Toon Monsters. I think that they're animated really well in the show. So it's cool to see them represented. I guess I'm going to use Copycat and Copy Pumpkin, maybe? This seems like a waste, but... Bones got new cards? Oh, good for him. I'm actually feeling a bit worse for wear, I won't lie, guys. I'll probably play one more duel after this one, but I might not be able to stream for a super long time. So you'll have to forgive me if I stream for another like half an hour and then call it. Hey, Scoops 1 million. I'm a big fan. Sorry. This is what happens. My brain is all over the place. I'm a big fan of the positivity you're bringing to the chat. There we go. I got there in the end. Thank you so much. My brain. I apologize. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of that pumpkin. Who is my least favorite Yu-Gi-Oh character? I don't know. I was talking about Panic earlier. I really don't like Panic, but it seems like such a non-character to have such strong feelings about. Who else don't I like? I'm not a big fan of Noah Kyber, just because he's a little brat. Not my fave. Although having said that, I did start watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Around that arc, so I do have fond memories of his story. But Noah Kyber, not my fave. Who is my least favorite to voice? Any of the girls, because I'm terrible at voicing the girls, unfortunately. I wish I did a better job of voicing the women of Yu-Gi-Oh! But it's mostly this, and this, and this. Now, Serenity's fun, though. Serenity's a bit fun. We got Kunai with Chain, baby. Dan Green actually voiced a Sonic character called Mephiles the Dark. If you were to do a Mephiles voice, would you do more of a Yugi voice or a Bakura voice? Well, I don't know the character. Is the Naruto Abridged movie ever going to receive a sequel? I love the Naruto spoof movie, and I have often been pondering doing a sequel. I often ponder doing a sequel. I have some ideas in my head that I would love to bring to life. I would love to make a sequel to the Naruto spoof movie, and I'd like to make it all about my experience in abridging and making content. Which sounds kind of egotistical, but I want it to be sort of like almost poking fun at myself and my own experience. I want to make fun of myself the way I make fun of a lot of other people. Any plans for the GX series? You mean making an abridged GX? I don't have any plans for that, no. But I do recaps of GX, and there will be more of those real soon. What are we activating the effect of? Oh no, we don't need Kunai with changes yet, do we? I guess we could buff Axe Raider, but it seems like a waste. Yes, no, I absolutely will continue to watch GX. That's definitely a thing. Alright, I guess Flame Manipulator we can set. And keep attacking here. I'm gonna attack the face down. I'm gonna risk it. It's probably not necessary. Oh, no. That's fine. Professor Wonderful, I did have super chats on at the start of the stream, and I hate to say it, I was struggling to keep up with them. There were a lot of people wanting to give, and I'm very grateful for them wanting to do that, and I would like to turn them back on in a future stream where I'm not playing a game, but I really struggled to keep up with them. And I think it was affecting people's enjoyment of the stream, and it was affecting my ability to play the game. So maybe we can have super chats on when I'm doing something a bit more passive, a bit less intense than Yu-Gi-Oh! And no need for that. You can hold RMB to disable the activate card prompts. I appreciate that, Cloud. I forgot about that. Oh, hang on. I had it... Shh. I was holding it down, and it skipped. So now I lost my... That was my bad. That was my bad. That was entirely my bad. At least I can do this now. That's my bad. Can super chats be sent to TTS like bit donations? It might make it a lot easier. In theory, that would make it easier because I wouldn't have to read them out loud, but at the same time, I feel like it would just be constantly speaking. At least the way it was happening today. Why did I flip summon that? That doesn't seem right. How come I can't summon these guys? Surely I should be able to sacrifice my flame manipulator. Did I screw up? I think I screwed up. I've totally messed this up. This is what happens when my brain is slowly, my brain is slowing down. Oh, the field spell. All monsters of the field and in the GUIs become zombie monsters. Neither player contribute summon monsters except zombie monsters. Oh. You're right, guys. I was not paying attention. That field spell has got me messed up. Well, I can still pull this off somehow with Koji Kosi in my corner. All right. We're probably going to lose a Flame Manipulator at the very least. Thoughts on Joey's deck, which has given you one card that isn't a normal monster so far? Oh, it's the best, man. Who doesn't love their normal monsters? The flavor text. It's so tasty. The flavor text got me acting up. There it goes. Yep, okay. I'm a little bit screwed. What about Zyuranger? I haven't seen all of Zyuranger, so I can't really give a very strong opinion on it. Well, Axe Raider is here, so we can at least take out Armored Zombie, but it's not going to really last us, unfortunately. Okay. Not great, not great. With all these normal monsters, does this deck have Heart of the Giant Bitch in it? Heart of the limp-dicked beta cuck. Bless you, Pepper. Are you okay over there? Pepper, you're sneezing up a storm over there. Are you okay, buddy? Sorry, my cat is sneezing like crazy. Are you alright, buddy? He's fine. He was drinking water. We've got Time Wizard. It's really my only chance here. All I can do is summon Time Wizard and try Time Roulette Go here. Alright. Let's flip a coin, baby. You know me, Joey Wheeler. I love living on the edge. Come on, Time Wizard. And let's select the Kuriboh. Please. Crap. Well. Pepper is sneezing. How ironic. That is true, Pepper. That is very ironic of you. Okay. Time Wizard did fail in the original duel. That's true. Okay. That's a shame. Tip, use shield and sword. I would if I had it. I probably do have it, but it didn't come up. Alright, let's try that again. I don't need all that. Hi, Pepper. Are you alright, buddy? Mr. Man? What's up, buddy? Ever thought about doing a bridge version of movie series like Breaking Bad? You mean live action shows? It has occurred to me that I could do that. Somebody was suggesting I do an abridged Power Rangers back in the day because they have masks on, so you can technically dub over them. And it wasn't a bad idea. It's just Working with live action footage, even without lip flaps. Hi, Pepper. Even without mouths, it's a bit of a beast, Mr. Man. Pepper has jumped up into my lap. Mr. Man. He's getting comfy. Is Pepper a dog or a cat? He is a cat. He's a big, chunky gray boy. He used to be a little skinny gray boy, but he's recently gotten pretty big. All right, let's try scissors. Hey, there we go. It's all coming up Joey Wheeler. Do it Kung Pao style. Honestly, very tempting. I did consider doing an abridged Dragon Ball Evolution back in the day by putting my own mouth over the characters' faces, but I was out of my league. Zombie World right off the bat? Come on, man. Arb Knight. Oh, a full abridged Star Trek episode. I remember that one YGO Abridged episode with a Next Generation intro. You know what? Star Trek would be a lot of fun to abridge. I love me some Star Trek. That would be a lot of fun. There's a lot of potential there. All right, let's discard some things. Oh, they're all good, though. I don't want to discard everything. I'm going to discard Koji Kosi and maybe one of the Axe Raiders or one of the polymerizations. I feel like I don't need 2 polymerizations, but just in case. I want to keep it just in case.
Your clothes are red. Red clothes.
You don't need 2 polymerizations. I do agree with you, the ultimate pie lord. And I love your name. You keep lording over those pies. You can set trap hole. Do I still host conventions? I used to go to conventions quite a bit when they invited me. But these days I have too many health problems to go to conventions so much. It's a whole ordeal for me. I don't get around very easily. But I do have one convention coming up in New Jersey called TinyCon that I forgot to mention last stream. Let me Google this so I know exactly when it's happening. New Jersey TinyCon. Oh, it's spelled Tiny, T-I-N-E-E. And it's going to be... July 12th. Sooner than I thought. And I believe we're going to be at that one. So that's the only convention I've had for literally like a year or so. They're flying me out, so it's nothing super serious, Sagacious, but it just I'm immunocompromised and I have rheumatoid arthritis, so I'm struggling to get around physically. It's not like completely debilitating, but it's just not easy for me. So one convention is a lot for me, and I just can't really afford to do them. It's a lot. It's very taxing. I do miss them just because it was a great opportunity to see so many people that watch the videos and to talk to them, and the panels were always a lot of fun, but it's just something I can't really afford to do these days. Not from a financial perspective, just because it's just too arduous. What would Pegasus think of Naruto? What would Pegasus think of Naruto? I like that he's bright orange like a cartoon Garfield cat. Naruto is my favorite cartoon cat. Oh, can we use Trap Hole on Vampire Dragon? Get in the hole, Vampire Dragon. That's right. Wait, what? If you were going to remake Pyramid of Light, everybody wants to know what I would do if I remade something, but that's valid. Some of that stuff... Oh. Some of that old stuff needs remaking. That's okay, we have a Sword and Shield... Or Shield and Sword. Oh, heck yeah, Soy. I convinced you that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a magical girl anime. I mean, it's got all the tenets of it. Everybody is very shiny and they have transformation sequences. And there's, at one point, Yami invokes the power of the moon by destroying it. Will I continue Season 0 abridged? I would like to, yeah, no, absolutely. It's something I would like to get to after I finish the main show. Dark Hole, then Summon. Good call. Thank you, David. You know what we're doing. You know how this works. What were you asking me about remaking Pyramid of Light? if you're going to remake Pyramid of Light Abridged, would you change the voice of Anubis? It sounds more like Marek. It does sound very Marek-y, doesn't it? I'd probably want to do something different with Anubis, certainly. It's escaping me what I would do at this right now, but it's not a bad idea. I wouldn't mind remaking the abridged Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged movie and doing a different joke for each scene, like doing everything entirely differently. Even some of the jokes that do work pretty well, like "Shut up, Mokuba," and all that. It's weird to think that that's the origin of "Shut Up, Mokuba," because it's been in so many different videos since then, and has since been something that people say to me all the time. But yeah, before that movie, nobody said that. Everybody was content to let Mokuba speak. Call of the Mummy. Oh, that's not good. Darn it. I guess I should probably have Shield and Sword out because it's all zombies all the time. Having said that, it would make it a bit difficult. But I think we're okay. I guess it's not a permanent effect, huh? I didn't even clock that. I should be paying attention. I agree, Grimfang. I have fond memories of the abridged movie, but there's definitely improvements that could be made. It does rely a little bit too much on musical gags toward the end, like you have the Queen, We Are the Champions playing. There's a couple of moments in there where it's like, I just sort of played a song and hoped that that would be funny. You can't really do that these days. Mostly because of YouTube's copyright stuff, but also because it's a bit lazy, isn't it? Army of Mummies, Anubis versus Army of Steves, Marek. Who would win?
Oh, you say that like none of the mummies are called Steve. It was a very popular name in ancient Egypt. I bet you at least 20% of those mummies are called Steve. 1 in 5 mummies is called Steve. Or Steve Motep. Or Tootin' Steveman.
Oh no, Call of the Bloody Haunted. No! No, I'm not going to continue to attack. How about that? Shield and Sword. Switch the original attack and defense of all face-up monsters currently on the field until the end of this turn. That's not good. It won't do. I don't think we have a way out of this. Oh, what the heck? I think somebody threw something out our door. I think there's kids playing outside. All right. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna get taken out. Wait a second. Time to top deck and pray. Okay. Yeah, he is almost dead. Pepper, watch yourself, buddy. I think we'll be all right, though. Damn it. I mean, it's not bad. It's just not great. Can't do jack. What about Crapsule Monsters? I would love to finish the Crapsule Monsters series. I still think there's a lot of potential there. It's really fun watching those characters do things other than card games, you know? Actually interact and put on battle armor and stuff. That stuff's cool. Just because you're playing as Joey doesn't mean you have to suck. Hey, I'm very committed to the role. Here we go. It's gonna be okay, folks. We got... Hey, I'm not beating the furry allegations. A fast and powerful axe-wielding beast warrior. And he yiffs like a motherfucker. There we go. There we go.
During the duel, Joey's friends found the cave and cheered him on to victory.
All right. I'm cheering you on to victory. Like the guy said.
There's no specific plans for more Ninja Bridge, Lexi, but given the amount of people asking for more Ninja Bridge, I would definitely like to make more of it.
Joey, you won! Isn't that weird?
You did it!
I did, didn't I?
See you around, loser. In America.
I'm not going to America, though.
It's a figure of speech. No, it's not.
But wait, boss!
Bandit Keith, you no good son of a bitch. Maybe next time you'll have the nerve to duel me face to face instead of hiding behind your creepy flunkies.
Thomas Mora. Just want to say thank you for all the fun memories. YGO Abridged made my after school very enjoyable. Well, I'm very grateful to hear that. I hope that you're doing well. Thank you for watching the show. And that would be great, Jersey Girl. I'd love to come back in Grimjack's Frieza and Abridged.
Duel you face to face? You're a hopeless dweeb. In America, we do things back to back. The game of Duel Monsters is all about keeping your opponents off balance. No, it's about playing cards and stuff. Winning the duel is all that matters, not how you go about it. We'll just see about that, Bandit Keith. Yeah, right. I'm quivering in fear already, dweeb.
What a jerk! I wonder what country he's from.
Guys, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to drag you into this mess. Next time, don't be in such a big hurry to piss. That's all right. We know it wasn't your fault, Joey.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he won the duel, we can forgive him. If he lost the duel, though, he would be dead to me.
Lovro, there's a Croatian guy who already did Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0 Abridged. His jokes are very, guy for Balkans. That's awesome. Good for them. I'm very impressed. That's a lot of work, honestly.
I admit you had us worried at first.
But I'm huge.
Whoa, he's enormous. What has he been eating?
You really came through this time. I love it in this cave. It's creepy. I got lucky, that's all, Giant Bakura. It wasn't luck, Joey. It was the heart of the cards, which is a real thing. It was your determination, your trust in the cards, and the promise you made to your sister. Yeah. That's what helped you win. Big Cora.
I'm still shocked about how huge Bakura is. We should all run. He's going to crush us.
I only need 2 more star chips. Hang in there, Serenity. Why am I big?
Oh, you're fine, Lovro? I see. Good. Yeah, the jokes were good for Balkans? I see.
So now can we get out of this creepy pit?
Yeah, you bet. Nothing is gonna stop us now. Except maybe a couple of guys who can rhyme good.
We got so many zombies.
Call of the Mummy.
Call of the Mommy? Oh, we're up against Kyber. We're not doing Paradox, apparently. Okay. We're not doing the Paradox Brothers.
Just assume that they existed.
Please, crush me.
Have you ever heard or played Perfect Draw? It's a TTRPG that tries to match the vibe of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. No, I've not. Is that a video game? Oh, it's a TTRPG. Have they made a video game based off it? Because I've not played Perfect Draw myself. I don't play a lot of TTRPGs. But that sounds cool. I'll have to Google it. That's right, Mimi, Craven. Anytime I say I'm huge, I'm thinking of MST3K. And I think any good MST3K fan worth their salt is also thinking of MST3K when you hear that. So kudos to you. All right, one more duel, and then I have to end the stream.
While Yugi's team worked their way through the tournament, our history now turns to Seto Kyber for a moment. As you remember, Seto had only been defeated in Duel Monsters once, by Yugi. And he hasn't gotten over it since. Seto had a little brother named Mokuba, and he was terrified of castles.
Ah! I'm huge as well.
Smash Lampjaw.
We love to see Riftrax in the chat. Thanks for sticking around, Riftrax. It's good to see you. Thanks, Pia.
Pegasus kidnapped Mokuba and locked him in a dungeon to lure Seto into a trap. And it worked! As Seto made his way to the dungeon to save his brother, Pegasus sprung the trap and stole Mokuba's soul, just as he had Yugi's grandfather. But he did that one long distance. Apparently he needed to be in the room with Mokuba.
I've been taken.
Seto Kyber, do you care enough about your brother's life to try and save his soul?
You're not human.
Quite human, actually, just extraordinarily gifted. Pegasus threw a handful of star chips at Kyber.
Ow! Hey, stop it!
Here, you'll need these for your duel with Yugi.
Why are you doing this?
My reasons are none of your concern. Maybe I just enjoy the struggle. The struggle is real, Kyber boy. Watching the constant tug of war between you and Yugi boy. All one duel that you've had? Or maybe I want something you're incapable of comprehending. Like Homestuck.
Talk straight, which is impossible for you. What do you want? What two do you want?
He says, talk straight, and then he says, what two do you want?
Okay. Why don't you try talking straight, Kyber? Want? I want to see if you're capable of defeating little Yugi in a duel. And only if you successfully crush him in a humiliating defeat will you get the opportunity to duel me. Then, if you beat me, I promise to restore your brother's soul.
For now, I have no choice but to play your game. But as soon as I defeat Yugi, I'll be back. And you'd better make good on your promise to restore my brother, because if you don't, I'll take great pleasure in separating your soul from your body in my own way.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to throw dragons at you.
And with that, Pegasus had another duelist under his control to take down Yugi. And this one didn't suck.
Yugi and I both have had enough Hang on. Yugi and I both have enough This is a difficult line for some reason. Let me have a swig of water real quick. Yugi and I have both Yugi and I both have enough chips to get into the castle now. Isn't that right, Huge? Yeah. Why do you get the easy lines? Finally, he got through his line. Grandpa, here I come. Hey guys, look! You're not gonna believe who's blocking our way into the castle. It's Kyber, the skinny little guy we could just push down if we wanted to. He's blocking our way. There's no way all four of us could gang up on him. I'm here too, all four of us. It's Kyber.
I'm wearing my Season 2 outfit. I can't let you pass, Yugi. I'm very pointy.
I've won 10 tar chips. I've won 10 star chips, so stand aside. I'm a big boy.
You may have won enough star chips to qualify for the Duelist Kingdom playoffs. Is that what they're called? The playoffs. But I can't allow you to face Pegasus. He's mine. I want him. You and I are going to have one final duel, Yugi, which is really funny in retrospect that I think this is our final duel. There's like 3 more.
I'm not dueling you. I don't have to.
Oh, so I'm the one person you won't play card games with, Yugi. That's not okay. No longer confident that your so-called heart of the cards can help you win? You're just afraid you can't beat me a second time, you coward. A real winner would be able to win like 5 times.
Back off. He doesn't have to prove anything.
Yugi, you said you won by tapping into the heart of the cards. And for a long time, I didn't know what that meant. And by a long time, I mean like a week. But now, I think I do. And it took Pegasus to show me. He gave me a reason to put my heart in the cards. Yes, I'm crediting Pegasus, not Mokuba. Mokuba is not part of this. For the first time, I can duel with fire and passion in my heart. Because somebody has been abducted.
Yugi, you can't accept this duel. I, Giant Bakura, will pick up Kyber and throw him away.
I've changed. Clearly. I deserve a rematch. Give me a chance to play you now, Yugi. Let me play you for the right reasons. This is kind of like how Marty Supreme ended.
Kyber, I haven't seen Marty Supreme yet, but I accept your duel. We'll see what you've really learned from the Softy brothers.
Shut up, Mokuba, who isn't here.
I'm rooting for you. Thanks, Big Bakura.
All right, this is the last duel, and then I'm gonna call it a stream. Maximus, for each character you've written throughout the years and voiced, has there been a character you've had as your favorite to voice for and write for over the years? Honestly, oh gosh, sorry. Honestly, it originally was Tristan. Oh, that's awesome, Flack the Wave. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you still think about Bad Romance, or rather, Leather Pants. My favorite character to write and voice for is probably overall Marek, because as I've told people in the past, Marek is kind of like my inner child, which must be very strange for some of you. Oh, we're playing as Kyber because Kyber wins in this duel, that's right. I'm a big fan of voicing and writing for Marek because he's kind of like letting my inner child out to play. Like, I don't hold back with Marek. I sort of just go full ham. I used to be a very loud, obnoxious person when I was younger, and I've changed since then. I've become much more quiet and sort of restrained, but I let myself off the leash when Marek is in play.
I can be friggin' crazy!
Horn of the Unicorn right away, bloody hell. I used it on Torike, who already has 3 horns. Kind of a horn hog. Alright, so we've got White Stone of Legend. Oh gosh, give me a sec to figure this out. They should give you the option in this duel to threaten to jump off the castle. Bloody hell. Just a little button that says stand on the edge of the castle. We got Battle Locks. We got Sagi the Dark Clown. Add 1 level 5 or higher normal monster from your deck to your hand. I assume we want to bring out Blue Eyes. Thank you, Manato Sea Monkey. I appreciate that. Things are much better than they were, I assure you. And anyone who has given, I want to say thank you so much to anybody who's donated or even spread the word about our situation with our mortgage. We're doing much better now thanks to you guys and your generosity. I can't stress enough how much you guys have helped, and anything people give now is just extra on top of that, but we really do appreciate all of it. Sincerely. Thank you so much to all of you. Every single one of you. This is a bad hand. Bloody hell. Okay. Not much we can do, though. I'm going to set the Hitatsumi Giant. One of the first cards Kyber summoned against Yugi, I believe. And then the clone of Kyber, Kyber's Dark Side, is like, I have the Hitatsumi Giant, so I must be Kyber. Nobody else could have the same card. We're going to see how it goes. We're going to see how it goes. Summoner's Art to thin the deck. Okay. We got Blue Eyes. I guess we should activate this, though, just to thin the deck, like you say. Be warned, I played this game. The duel is the most miserable duel in the entire game that I played. Well, let's find out what happens. I'm gonna bring out 2 Blue Eyes, or rather, put them in my hand. Technically, you have 2 free Blue Eyes in your hand with White Stone. Set it, let it get sent to the GUI, and then... Oh. It's okay. We're going to have 3 Blue Eyes, and then hopefully, I assume if we get polymerization, we can summon Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon? Maybe we can do that? I'm so unsure of myself. I'm not entirely certain how this works. The GY! There goes the stone. And we're going to put 3 Blue Eyes in my hand. I feel so powerful. Spring Day Autumn Moon says, Hitatsumi Giant is such a weird localization because the original name was just Cyclops in English. But then they changed it to One-Eyed Giant in Japanese and they don't even pronounce it right. That's wild. We got another White Stone of Legend. That's not going to help. Okay. Well, we got Sagi. There's really not much else. Have I ever played in a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament? No. I've never really played Yu-Gi-Oh in any professional setting. one time I was asked to to do commentary for a professional tournament, and I was going to actually do it, but unfortunately I came down with a really bad case of laryngitis, which sounds like a cop-out on my part because I probably would have sucked at commentary. But I really wanted to do it. They actually, it was when Upper Deck was still running Yu-Gi-Oh! And they reached out to me to see if I would do it, and I was like, oh, that sounds fun. But it never actually transpired, sadly. I'm gonna set this. It's not looking good, though. Have I thought about casting Taya like Mai? I have considered fits of having an actual female voice actress play Taya. And if I'm being entirely honest, the reason I haven't done it, and it's not a very good reason, but it's my reason. Why is he summoning Kuriboh? Is he mocking me? He didn't even do that in the actual duel. He used multiply on Kuriboh. Did he summon Kuriboh? I forget. The reason I've never had an actual voice actress play Taya is because I think it's really funny that I'm voicing Taya. And I actually sorry, my brain. I've sort of challenged myself to get to the end of Yu-Gi-Oh! Still voicing her with that stupid falsetto because it feels so integral and inherent to the abridged series just from the 2006 YouTube-ness of it. Just having some guy doing a girl voice like this. It just feels like something that if I get to the end of the show and she still sounds like that, it's funny. and I feel like I accomplished something. It sounds daft, but that's how I feel. It's very mid-2000s, isn't it? Isn't it? That's also true, I am a brawler. It would also involve a lot more work and keeping in touch with the voice actress, who would have to be pretty involved in every episode. What happened to Duke's theme music? Did YouTube keep striking your videos with it? No, they never did. I just thought it would be funny if I made a joke that was referencing YouTube's copyright system. And also, frankly, I just thought Duke didn't need it anymore. I might bring it back one day. Maybe for the final episodes if Duke is around. Maybe he gets it back. Maybe he purchases the rights to the song. What am I doing here? I guess I'll summon this and attack the Kuriboh. This is a bad idea. I know I've made the wrong choice. Yeah. But at least we got rid of that mirror force, right? We got rid of it. A Duke doesn't appear after this Grand Prix? I didn't actually realize that. That's, oh shit. Oh well, it's okay. Sorry, my brain is slowing down, like I said. I'm gonna wrap things up after this duel. Even if I don't win, I might have to wrap things up, unfortunately, because I'm feeling a bit rough. Duke does appear in the last few episodes. I thought so. I'm gonna set this. Duke does appear in Dark Side of Dimensions. That's true. He has a really fun cameo, and his dad is there as well. Can you summon the Blue Eyes Ultimate? I think I need polymerization, don't I? That's not going to help. How many arcs left to end the show? I believe it's just the Ancient Egypt Millennium World arc, and then the final duel, the ceremonial duel with Yami Yugi, and we're done. We've got Pot of Greed. This might help. Whatever it does. There are indeed dads in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's weird. Some would say I'm the daddy. Oh, hey, we can set this. Aquamador. Aquamador, I don't give a damn. How many episodes would I say are left? I think about 15. I think I did the math and I have just over 100 episodes, maybe 105 episodes in total that'll happen. Kuriboh, why are you going into attack mode? What's happening? Each player chooses one monster they control and switches control of this. Oh no! Bollocks! No, I don't wanna! I know I love Kuriboh and everything, but come on! That's not cool, giving me your hairy ball. Well, this sucks. We got Monster Reborn, though. That could be helpful somewhat, maybe. I don't know. I guess I could Monster Reborn the monster I just lost and put it in defense mode, but there's no guarantee he doesn't have even more creature swaps. Am I going to abridge Dark-Sided Dimensions at some point? Yes, I would like to make Dark-Sided Dimensions the final episode, quote-unquote. The finale. The goodbye to Yu-Gi-Oh!
I mean, reborn the monster.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it, aren't I? Wait, put Blue Eyes in the grave? How would we do that, though? Oh, I can't undo the... Ugh. Okay, well, we're gonna do what I said, which was, wait. What happened to the... Oh, he took it, didn't he? He took it, didn't he? It didn't get destroyed, he took it. Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. He has it. Oh. Alright. I'm daft. You'll have to forgive me for being so dumb. Here we go. The gift of the mystical elf. Just so save my life a little bit. Attack the... There we go. Okay, we did something. We did something. We got him down a little bit. I would love to return to Bloodlines at some point. It might have to be as a stream. I don't know if I have the wherewithal or the time to do it the way I used to do it when it was scripted. But it would be fun to return to... What the... Why is it all nothing but stones? I used the stones to destroy the stones. This isn't... It's not looking good, is it? I'm going to set this. Okay. Thank you, Manato Sea Monkey. I appreciate that. Or Manatok Monkey. Am I going to play through all the chapters of this game or just DM? Probably just the Duel Monsters stuff, because I know people want to watch me play other Yu-Gi-Oh games, such as Duelist of the Roses, etc. And if we just stuck with this game, it would take a while. I might return to it at some point, but... Hey, here we go, here we go. Hang on. Now, if we use Fusion Sage, we can bring out Polymerization, which brings out Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, which I assume, unless he's got something really crazy here, is gonna work. It might be Mirror Force. That's my big concern. Although he didn't use it before. All right, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. I bet he has a special animation, right? I don't know if I've ever summoned Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon in this game. No special animation for him? That's a shame. Feels like he should have one. If regular Blue Eyes has an animation, why doesn't he? And then we can summon La Jin. Robin Williams, rest in peace. Rebecca Sue, I went through quite a deep depression in college. I was able to cope by marathoning Yu-Gi-Oh! And chasing it with YGO Abridged. Those episodes were even funnier with fresh context. Thank you. Thank you, Rebecca Sue, honestly. I hope that you're doing better. I know college is a very intense experience. I hope that you excelled, and I hope that you're in a much better place. And thank you for sharing your story, seriously. It looks like we're okay here. Aha! Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon coming in clutch. With the 4,500 attack points.
Oh yeah, Yugi, let's see you bust out that Kuriboh now. Oh, your beaver. First you hand me your hairy ball, then you whip out your beaver? You're gross, man. You got oh, come on. He knows he can't handle this.
There's no point in bringing out Polymerization now. Alright. Since you've got swords, I can't do anything, so...
Did you just put a fucking sword through my card? Oh, did you just hit me with your beaver?
Oh yeah, deck thinning, I guess. Good point. That's a good point. I always forget about how... Oh, hang on. Dispel. We can get rid of that shit. I always forget about deck thinning as a thing. I don't... I'm a very basic bitch Kuriboh. I just think about attacking and defending, and I don't think of much else. There we go.
Your beaver is exposed, Yugi. I'm going to wreck it. Haha. I destroyed Yugi's beaver. His beaver won't be recovering from that anytime soon. I'm gonna drive this joke into the ground.
Oh, Platinum. Oh, mine. I wonder if you remember visiting my home country of Finland all the way back in July. I absolutely do. It's one of my favorite convention experiences of all time. Honestly. I was just thinking about it earlier because somebody posted on social media being like, what's the longest drive you've ever had? And I was thinking, oh, it might have been the drive I had in Finland from the airport to the convention, because the convention was about 4 or 5 hours away from the airport, which I don't think is the longest drive I've ever been on, but it reminded me of AnimeCon in Finland. And it was, honestly, I met some of the best people there. Everybody was really sweet. The sad part for me was they booked the flights wrong, so I was set to return home a day too soon, so I only got to spend like a day and a half at the convention. But I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed my time there. It was the first time I ever saw anybody cosplaying young Marek, but not just young Marek, it was young Yami Marek, so it was right after he killed his dad. So this cosplayer had the sort of robe on when when Marek was living underground, and was covered in blood. And did such an incredible job. It was a really impressive cosplay. I was actually quite freaked out. Because they were so good. They turned around and they had the Millennium Rod in their hand and they were like, LittleKuriboh! And I was like, please don't kill me. Young Melvin, there we go. Yeah, why didn't he use Monster Reborn on Blue Eyes? Did I give him gummy bears? Unfortunately, I did not have any gummy bears available at the time. If I ever go back, though, I'll be sure to bring some. Yes. Did I fix Yugi's deck so he wouldn't draw Mirror Force? He already used it. It's his fault. That guy stalks so many swords. This guy's always chasing swords. There's a big sword fetish. Kaiser, I would love to come to Norway. I don't know if it's in the cards these days, just because I do have a lot of health problems. Oh no, mini guts. What? What is this? Oh oh my god. Oh. Okay. That's bollocks. That's bollocks. But I accept it. Thank you, Yen the Yan. That was wild. That was very... It wasn't canon because obviously Yami Yugi doesn't win that duel technically, but... Alright, guys. I unfortunately think I have to call it there because I'm feeling a bit worse for wear, but we've been going for just over 2.5 hours. I should have stood on the edge of the castle, really. Matthew McBride, I wish I could come back to SonyCon. Unfortunately, it's a bit out of my hands, unfortunately. It's a bit too far. All right, guys. I'm going to call it there. I'm feeling a bit rough. But this was a lot of fun. He did cheat, didn't he? That was very Yami Yugi of him. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I'm going to call it there for a stream. I had a lot of fun. Thank you. I'm standing between Yami and Kyber because they have to separate them. Guys, no. Stop fighting. I know Yami cheated and it was bullshit, Kyber, but you gotta settle down. No, back off, back off. All right, guys, I'm going to call it there. Thank you so much for hanging out. It was a wonderful time. I really do appreciate all of your support and all of your enthusiasm. Thank you for just showing up in droves the way you did. Thank you for being here and chatting. Those of you who've given, I want to reassure you that you guys have made a significant difference. You guys have basically changed our lives. We were looking at being kicked out of our home, and now thanks to you, I don't think we have to worry about that at all. And we're gonna be pretty secure for a while. I don't think I will have to ever really ask for more help with that whatsoever. So thank you so much for being there for us. It's not just my life you've changed, it's my partner, and it's also our roommate who was also at risk of being kicked out of the house. So thank you so much for everything you've done. I really can't stress enough the fact that you made such a difference, and you've really made it so that we don't have to be scared and you know, be in a bit of a compromised situation. So please know that if you don't feel like you've made a difference, you absolutely have. You absolutely have. Thank you so much. I don't know how to process it. I don't know how to say thank you enough, really. Please take care. Have a great rest of your week. I'll be back tomorrow with more stream. I'll probably be playing more of this, although my brain. I do plan on streaming editing Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged 89 in the coming days, so keep an eye out for that as well. But tomorrow I'll probably be streaming more of this. We'll take on Kyber. No, we'll take on Yami and try and defeat the protagonist of Yu-Gi-Oh! Which is not as easy as said than done. Have a good rest of your Monday, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Thanks again. Take care.